Watch your ass.
Last time was a real clusterfuck, wasn't it? Awesome.
He's not even letting it get to like a point. Like, what even was that? There was no meaning to that.
He interrupted the first word.
He was, as we're gonna find out, he was talking about how they lost some really good men. That's what he was talking about, and that's not Seagal. No, he just had a fart all over it, like he always does. Just like his movies.
Priority.
Right. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I should say, lady and gentlemen,
there you go.
We have an all-star cast of Seagal super fans here today. As always, the Redeye reviews.
Yellow.
Oh, you know what? And just so you guys know, these guys have channels too. I should probably mention that at some point. Alex has been on like 3 times, and I don't think I've ever mentioned he has his own channel. He should probably go to. So yeah, Alex Lantz. He's a Russian operative. He has all the inside information on Russia for us, so that helps with Seagal. And you guys know Sensei Seagal.
Aloha.
Number 1 disciple of the man himself.
The conduit.
The conduit, yeah. Just when I say to you about the disciple thing, that's not a compliment. Just want you to know that.
I'm still owning it. I don't care.
So today we have a very special Seagal movie we're going over. Maximum Conviction, where he decides, let's get Stone Cold Steve Austin in on this.
So good.
It's amazing.
This was my first toe dip into Seagal.
Oh,
genuinely,
really?
This was my first Seagal movie. Yeah, and then I had to backtrack to the others.
Popped your Seagal virginity, eh?
It did.
It does matter what order you see these in. Like, you might not believe that, but it does.
Definitely. Also, to appreciate his changing hairline and girth throughout his career, but yes, there's a story of his life through his movies.
There really is.
Well, because you see these things that he picks up at different points in his career. There's a good combination here. The way he holds his guns here is magical.
Well, this is
magical.
It's at least like 3 movies into that era of Seagal when he just clearly brought all of his own gear to every movie. He's like, I'm going to wear my glasses, my hat. I'm going to bring these 2 guns that I own.
And I also think that he brought his vest because it is
yes.
It also covers his belly.
Ton of body armor.
It does, but
almost to his knees.
Yeah. Almost to his knees. Right.
Well, that's where his gut hangs to, so he has to cover his gut. So that's why it almost hangs to his knees.
Seeing if I can, I just remembered. Even the poster has him holding the gun stupidly. Even on the poster.
Most of the movie, they just holding guns. Most of the movie, there's
a lot of guns.
A lot of guns, but they mostly pointed it at some directions and hold it. That's pretty much how I would describe a Maximum Conviction.
I think it's also worth mentioning his hair at this point was the 2008 to 2012 Eddie Munster Widow's Peak kind of hair that was looking magnificent.
Oh yeah,
always magnificent, always. Just so you guys know, I know you might think that's the Ultimate Warrior in the picture with me, but if you look really closely, it is not. It is our boy Rob Schneider. Obviously, I would never not have Rob Schneider on a stream. He's a perennial all-star here. He doesn't talk a lot. He's shy, but he's Rob Schneider, and that's all you need is Rob Schneider being Rob Schneider.
I thought it was you with your shirt off.
It looks similar. I'm built better. I don't have all that fat that he's got.
Yeah.
I'm more lean and more muscular, obviously.
He's about to lose that left arm, though. That armband is cutting circulation off.
It's a blood flow restriction training, bro. Come on.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
But his hair look much better than yours. I have to admit.
Whoa.
I know. What can I do?
I don't know.
That's true.
Not lie. So that would be.
They're not quite Seagal's hair kind of level of hair, but they're all right. Both of them are all right.
All right. But first, before we do that, we have some breaking Seagal news.
Oh.
Which is some foreigner stuff.
Good.
So,
whoa.
I found the foreigner information we were supposed to go over last time, but Seagal hacked my computer because that's what those Russians do. But I got it. So now we can go over the foreigner that I was supposed to go over last time, and
thank God.
We're actually behind on foreigner stuff. I might have to do a double one of these streams.
I lost some sleep over last time.
Good. Now you know how I feel every single day.
I somehow think if I got up on a plane, it'd suddenly blow up in the sky.
You really think after 16 years that little episode will come home to roost?
Okay, so this is just a setup that 16 years ago, this plane exploded, and they have information about that. That's just because you guys sometimes accuse me of lying. I don't know why you guys think I would lie. I would never do that. I'm not Seagal.
Are they in here, Jared and your husband?
Okay, this isn't actually part of the plot hole, but he's looking at a picture of Jared, asking her if he's in there. He's in the middle of that fucking picture, Seagal. Why are you asking her if he's in there? The picture he's holding, the one in the middle, that's Jared. Seagal knows Jared.
Diabetes.
Stunt double. That's his stunt double holding the picture. Seagal is sitting next to the woman. He does not know what is happening with his stunt double. Come on.
So, I don't know if you guys have picked up on this. Seagal has very feminine nails. He has very feminine nails. That is absolutely Seagal. He gets these really longish and just kind of bizarre. They're very uncomfortable. And you can see
You're at that point when you can recognize just his nails?
I can recognize way too much of Seagal.
Oh my god.
This
is the level of enlightenment I want to reach someday.
And plus, he's got the chubby hands. You can tell that's Seagal.
That's what I was going to say. The sausage fingers will give it away more often than not.
Yeah.
The nails also.
Yeah.
But that package, where has it been for 16 years? Nobody mentions where it started. Where has it been for 16 years? Why did it just appear out of nowhere? 16 years later, oh, here's that package that, you guys have been missing for 16 years. I'm not even getting into the fact that the guy who put the package together died in the plane, and this is supposed to have information on that plane crash. So how that guy put together information on the crash he died in is just way beyond the scope of this right now. But where has it been for 16 years?
It's been in the woods in that cabin.
In that
Like
cabin.
under a sink.
But that was where oh my god, so it was right next to the place that they were supposed to use the keys on. That actually does make sense. Well, she's the only one that knew where that cabin was.
Checks out.
Just like another thing, 16 years. That place has been empty for 16 years because the guy owned it. You can't just have a house for 16 years, die, and nobody does anything with the house.
Oh yes, you can.
Somebody
In Romania is in Romania.
Where you are in the world, yeah.
It's Norway. It's not Romania.
In Norway?
Yeah.
It's Norway. Yeah, it's the only thing that happens.
They
in Norway.
travel all over the world in this movie, right?
So needlessly, it could all be in one town and it wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
Okay, in Norway, yeah, probably.
So another thing to keep you up. Where has this been for 16 years? And why is he asking her? His friend that he knows and he worked with is in that picture. God damn it.
How about a little time loop?
Oh man, this is a time loop movie?
Oh, that got way better.
Wow, this movie did just get way better. It doesn't take a lot for this movie to get better, but I think he did it.
Do you see on the photo, he is exactly the same age?
The guy, it's hard to tell because it's black and white. I think the guy...
Oh, 16 years apart can differ people.
You're expecting continuity after everything we just spoke about and all the plot holes. You're expecting
this magical box. Like, he's holding the thing that's in the box. Whoever took the picture. When it got developed,
put it in there.
Put that in the box.
Convenient, very convenient.
So good. It's like those photos of people holding the photo of the photo. It's amazing.
Oh God, yeah. Blows your mind.
Yeah.
Deep.
Right. Still don't know how they do it.
All of you need to review The Running Man live to enjoy the glory of destruction, one-liners, and victory over something tyranny. I've already done The Running Man.
Running Man's great. He said a lot.
It's a great movie. Oh, it's absolutely top-tier movie. It's early Arnold, so ridiculous 80s insanity. It's great. It's just everything about it I like.
Most of Arnold's movies turned out to be pretty good.
Even has some early deepfake stuff. It's one of the first things of deepfake. Like they show him and the lady dying, like getting murdered, and you think, oh wow, they just killed him off. There's like 30 minutes left. And it turns out it was just like some deepfake that they didn't really happen.
Oh yeah. Total Recall or whatever it was. Oh no, Running Man. Sorry, yeah. The way he fakes the lady at the airport.
Oh, that too. Yeah. Well, they faked the whole. Well, because that could just be easily faked with just people. But this is where they're in the wrestling ring, and Jesse the Body Ventura like kills them both.
Oh, yeah. I remember. Yeah,
like you see, like it's Arnold and the lady.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully, we're ready for this. The maximum conviction.
Oh, I can't wait.
Man. I hope you guys are. Oh God.
I'm wet. I'm already wet, waiting. So
He's already wet. Wow. We're not gonna dig into
We're
that.
not gonna
at
make
all.
it. We're not gonna make it.
Oh yeah. So this is how you know it's quality too, not just Seagal.
It's a
You see
Waxman movie.
Tony Waxman. You see Seagal. You know this director just laid down and let Seagal walk all over him. He didn't care. He wanted his paycheck. He said, "Sure thing, Seagal. Sure thing, Seagal. Yeah, do whatever you want. Okay." They're on the same page. They don't care how good this movie is at all.
There are some subtle lines where you're like, did Steven write that?
100%.
No.
I disagree with the subtle part, but there are lines where you question that. Good old Mitch meetings. The ultimate Schneider in honor of Stone Cold. Yeah, basically, you follow the track. I was thinking wrestling, and I figured the ultimate Schneider would be a good one. Thank you. The Wolfman Heart 79. Anybody seen Richie? Seagal still looking for him to this day.
Still missing.
Well, you got to ask Bobby Lupo.
Oh yeah, Bobby Lupo knows.
Bobby Lupo knows, but he's a slippery character, that bastard.
God, I love this. None of this is explained why he's doing this. This is like an important plot point that Seagal brought these women in. And it's like he has no idea why he brought them in, where he got them from, why they're here. He has no idea what's going on either.
He is ladies magnet.
It's almost
He's
like
ladies magnet.
It's almost like he bought them from his home because they're in chains being
Yeah.
dragged along by Seagal.
And that has the look of like, oh, I know what Seagal's gonna do. I've heard the stories.
Yeah.
I'm Asian. Seagal's got this Asian thing. Oh God, this ain't gonna be good.
Oh, this is just a contractual thing.
Yeah.
They're like, just put her at the front of the movie, and then it fulfills his contract, and we can get on with it.
And everything about it's so insane because this is a man's prison. They don't usually put women in men's prisons, typically.
Well, they do nowadays, I think. But
This
you know.
is a black site off the books. Nobody knows about it. These aren't official prisoners, I guess, is where they try to go with this. That's why they don't call anybody to help.
yeah, he's
Later
walking
on,
by
like-
himself. There's like no guards with him at all. Just him just strolling through by himself.
Yeah, we try to get into that, but it still makes no sense. They try and explain it. Auntie Sarah, will Alex play Rusty Nail Roulette with Space Ice? The stream will be flooded with ladies, and by ladies by next week. Slap paper cups. I don't think it's Rusty Nail Relay. Isn't it Spike Relay? Spike Roulette, whatever they call it.
stream will be
I think it
flooded
is
with
Spike Roulette.
I know
Yeah.
only Russian roulette.
Yeah, it doesn't have to. Okay, we're not doing that, bro. Calm down. Calm down.
Would you relax?
You do that, I'll do the spike, okay? Richard Chaparro, cause Seagal is a monster, bro. You damn right he's a monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Brent Trent. We got the regulars just starting it off today. Brent
like
Trent. Rob Del Schwarzenegger stars in Terminator 2 Schneidman Day. Wow, you couldn't even wait.
That's
He had to get right to
good.
the Schneiderisms.
Or is
It's
the
like,
Germany
This is a
Schneiding?
combo.
okay. And this guy.
There he is.
He's in a few things. He's one of the Seagal regulars. He's in Driven to Kill,
True
True
Justice.
Justice.
Mm-hmm.
He's just whatever they need. Oh man. Samson Fisher, all the boys are back. Seagal doesn't stand a chance. He never
He
did.
does. He holds
at
them.
all.
And this whole thing with this is so pointless and nonsensical. It's like some magic scroll. I don't know why he has a scroll. Who uses scrolls? It's got like plans or something for like the terrorist takeover. They're not really terrorists. It's unclear who they are.
Yeah, I don't think
It
they-
is also
Star Scrolls.
scripted.
It's
High
it's
tech.
they
It's high
they
tech.
mention it. It's like a cipher with some Arabic or something. It's nonsense, but it's a scroll, and he loses it because he just misses his fucking pocket.
Mm.
That gives. Now we have a movie, ladies and gentlemen, because he misses his pocket.
don't you just hate that?
Yeah, those pockets are so tricky.
They're hard to figure out. Some of them
That's
have
because-
flaps.
That's because
if you've
his
never-
friend threw him
There's probably a
something.
good chance he may not have put anything in his pocket before. So let's just lay off him until we know.
Maybe
You
there
know?
not even a pocket there. He's just never tried. He's like, oh, put it in his
Yeah.
pocket that doesn't exist.
Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe
the guy
he just
throws
got
him
him. He
something,
just
but
got them like tailored, and they're sewn shut still, and he didn't realize.
but these are like plans for the prison takeover. You think they would take precedence over the milk or
You'd
whatever
think.
he threw him?
Yeah, he fucked up big time during this movie several times.
Well, he's also like tried to hide it from the guy. Like he could just say, if he's like, "What is that?" He'd be like, "Nothing." Okay, I don't know. It's a piece of paper.
Rubbish, yeah,
I'm like,
it's rubbish,
I don't
that's
care
it.
that much about this paper this guy's reading. Like I don't give a shit. Oh, Mark Ivy, upside down face.
It's a good one.
You got yourself a lady in the kitchen?
Oh God, that guy.
A burrito.
Okay, not just a burrito. He's super, super excited about this burrito. I guarantee you that's a frozen burrito that was just put in a microwave.
100%. It's flat.
And there gets more to this whole burrito story. Trust me, it gets worse or better, however you want to look at it. But he is so excited over this microwaved frozen burrito. Like, oh man.
And he has easily the most slappable face other
Oh,
than
God,
Seagal's
yeah.
in this movie.
No, the warden. When you get to the warden.
Oh yeah. He's just annoying for a completely different reason. But yeah, I agreed.
Yeah, so those two. Yeah, he's so happy for this burrito. God.
He's screaming his jocks.
I don't show the whole thing, but he really just goes to town on this burrito, and he is so happy he got a frozen burrito.
Why not? I just got bored. Being bored, that's the secret, right? Being bored, but being happy.
Okay. This is so mind-blowing. This is, I think Seagal put that in there. That's like meta for enjoying Seagal.
Yeah, it's a good.
The guy's like, no, it's boring. He's like, being boring is the secret to happiness. Like that's Seagal's motto. That just explains everything about his career.
Seagal is everything but boring.
Not just that, he thinks they're really, really big pearls of wisdom that he's putting in there. So he slips them in as if they're like life-changing shit.
Yeah,
And everybody just
Seagal.
stands in awe. Like, oh my God, Confucius.
there was a really
Boring is
great
the
like
happiness.
3-episode arc in Lawman when he clearly just read The Art of War, and it was like, I need to tell everybody.
Sun Tzu, like
He quoted it for like 3 episodes.
Yeah, there's a lot of that in a lot of his movies. I mean, he likes to touch into the Zen a lot. The Zen.
Yeah. And he's very childlike in that he'll see something and he'll be super into it for like 2 weeks and then just never mention it again.
We just move on.
But it's like
And-
his entire life for 2 weeks.
Mm.
Oh man, Grey Knights. Can you cover Crow 2024? It's such a beta Mel Simp novel or movie. Sorry. That was me, not you. Like you gotta spread awareness about it so no one will ever give it a chance. LOL. I mean, I think
it
people have
that
already
bad?
forgotten about that. I haven't heard that mentioned in quite a while, but I'll take a look into it.
Not fucking with the original. The original was legendary. That's all I'm
I
saying.
liked the original. The new one looked terrible. I had no desire to
Yup.
accept that, but maybe. And he picks it up, and the funny thing is, somebody walks in and he hides it. How does he know that he's not supposed to have this? It's just a piece of paper. The door opens, he's like, oh shit, and he tries to hide the little scroll.
No, litter.
Okay.
Oh,
He
damn
thought,
it.
he thought it was a coupon for another burrito.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
there it is.
Somebody might want their coupon back. But
Yeah.
supposedly his girl made the burrito. Like,
Yeah.
I thought it was a toilet.
Do we
paper.
believe he's got a girlfriend? I mean, come on, look at the. Yeah, no, we don't believe he's got a girlfriend.
well, he believes the girlfriend. He was super happy.
I
Yeah.
said we meet him in town at 1800.
Probably interesting. It's
Waiting
not.
on the marshals again.
We're waiting on a fucking bus.
Which, okay, so they're waiting on the marshals. He says waiting on the bus, like to take the prisoners. So they're closing down this prison. I have no idea what that means for needing like special forces, special forces, security contractors to close down the prison. But he's like, we're waiting on the bus. Like, yes, we're waiting for people to take the prisoners. That's like the most important part about closing down a prison is taking the prisoners. He can't believe it. He thinks that's just a small detail.
It's like, oh, can't they just walk?
Ah, the prisoners. But what he's saying before that is he's talking about the trash coming. Pick up the trash. That's the important thing. That needs to happen now. They got to pick up the trash. Who cares about the prisoners? They could just leave them. They'll be fine.
They'll figure it out.
Do any of you understand what this is? What is supposed to be happening with this prison? Why they have them to close it down? Why it's a cluster? What?
I don't think Seagal knows what happens when things close.
Yeah, the first thing
personally.
they do is they transfer the prisoners out. Then they do like administrative stuff.
I'm sure
None
they're
of
open
this-
for a while after all the prisoners are gone.
You guys are giving them too much credit as if they planned this movie. It's like in Lost, where they just started writing shit as they go along,
Yeah.
and then just kind of like, we'll see where this shit
Oh.
leads, and then
Absolutely. Lord Vulcan, burritos are tight. Man, see, I don't bring this up very much, but that was actually my catchphrase until some other channel took it from me. And I don't want them getting free publicity, so I just don't talk about that.
you should send people there to bombard them. You got enough followers. That
I
would go
have.
there.
I've sent them to bombard them with likes and positive comments, but sarcastic likes.
Of course. Well, you don't want to. You don't want to be inciting some sort of.
That's
rage.
why.
Well, I just think it's funnier if it's sarcastic.
Of
I
course.
still can't believe I let you convince me to come here to shut down a couple of bullshit buildings.
Yeah,
This is
'cause it
not
has
Steven
nothing to do
Seagal.
nothing to do with your skill set. Yeah, you guys fight and shoot. Why are we shutting down buildings? Which is
Yeah, this whole scene is them not in the same room together at all.
This
By
is
the
not
way.
Steven
Definitely
Seagal.
not.
no. You don't
Because the
see
way-
Seagal's face, so they're not there. I don't know how much they actually spend together. Very,
Couple of
very
minutes.
few scenes. Maybe one scene, maybe part
Yeah.
of one scene. But otherwise, you see one of their backs. It's usually Seagal's because I think Stone Cold's not insane.
No, it is not. It is not him.
Like he's willing to show up for his own movies.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Armando Limon, Part 1. I did an interview with Rob Schneider in Korea with American Forces Network in 2018. He did photos with my kids, and he was super nice. See?
There you go.
Rob
Checks out.
Schneider, ladies and gentlemen. Rob Schneider.
Mate, your boy Rob is everywhere now.
He's all over the place.
He's just pivoted completely from the animal running around like a you can do it to
They're
now
supposed
running
to
for
be making
president,
The
so-
Animal too, aren't they? I heard about that like a year or
That
so
would be
ago.
amazing.
Like one of the streaming things are like making it. I haven't looked into it since I heard about it like 18 months ago, but supposedly
with him in it, with him in it,
yeah,
or
yeah, with him.
oh, nice.
You can't have The Animal, that incredible franchise, that storied, legendary franchise, not have Rob Schneider. God, Mitch Meetings, man. Redeye is good at his job. I think I get sarcasm.
Ooh.
Damn, Mitch Meetings coming out firing.
Ouch. Ouch.
And there is a channel that ripped off Mitch Meetings' names. I'm also not going to get into it.
I usually make the mess, brother. You got me cleaning this one up.
Again, very meta, very meta. Thinking about their movies. Usually Stone Cold's making the shit movies. Here, Stone Cold's the good one. He's actually making it watchable. Mind blowing how much fourth wall breaking they're slipping into this.
Thanks for trying to cheer me up.
Yeah, I've got that clip saved.
I'm pretty sure somebody like tripped or punched the kid or something. That's the
That's
only
too
time he ever laughs in his life.
Yeah.
No, they're
Something
dangling.
terrible
They're dangling a cookie. They're dangling a cookie. Once his film shoot, it's over. He's excited. It's like a carrot and a horse.
Awesome, damn good man.
And his facial expressions.
He just snorted then too, which was definitely not part of the script. But he's
Is
just
that- He swallows awkwardly.
It was an improvisation.
yeah.
He improvised that
He's
swallow.
a master at improv.
Coke drip. It's just a Coke drip, boys. He had to let that last bit of Coke get in there and drip down the throat. That's what it was.
You are messing him with Venom. I'm sorry, Redeye. Wait,
Speaking of
precise.
pricks,
Sorry doesn't take back what she did. Hold on. So Alex is in timeout. Great night. Have you ever covered any anime series or films? I have not. I don't know if you guys have. I've thought about it just because it's so different from what I do, and I've never actually seen any. It does bother me. Just the style just kind of bothers me. But I am looking to do one just because I like doing things that are just completely different than anything I've ever done before. So no, but
Prepare to be corrected a lot in the comments.
oh no, I do things on purpose for people to correct me. I love it. I love doing that.
I did it's actually pronounced Gamera, turns out.
Oh yeah, I'm going to pronounce
Giant turtle?
everything wrong if I do that because I have no idea.
Yeah,
The only
giant
thing I know
turtle
about
thing.
Japanese is they don't like emphasize parts of the words like we do, and that makes things sound bizarre.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
But yeah, I said Gamera, because I accidentally pronounced it the same way the people in that movie pronounced it.
Oh, you asshole.
Thinking clearly that's the correct way to say it. I had like 40 comments of people like, it's Gamera, like camera. It's like, okay, the actual movie says it differently, so.
So, yeah, when I did Street Fighter, the character, Byron Mann's character, like that's something a kind of a running joke. I always pronounce it differently because there's like the way it's supposed to be pronounced. There's like everyone has their own way of being pronounced, and there is like an official way to pronounce it. But in the movie, they do it multiple different ways. Nobody gets corrected. So there like isn't. All right, he can come back. All right, I hope you thought about what you did. So there like isn't really a correct way that would be coherent with the movie because it's contradicting the movie if you actually pronounce it properly. So I just do things to troll people now. All of the Sony movies, I put Disney's movie, and people get so mad at that.
I like that.
It makes me laugh every time. So many.
Ryu?
It's Sony. How could you not know that?
Unbelievable.
Makes me laugh.
What was the Seagal movie where one of the main characters' name is Andrea? And he's like, I'm here for Andrea. And then the next person is like, is Andrea here? And then someone's like, is Andrea showing up? It's like, man, did any of you talk to each other at all?
No, none of them talk to each other.
Everybody has his own perception on Andrea.
They probably asked Seagal how you pronounce it, and he just said yes. So they just said, okay.
Yes.
Cole Casbrick, could you say Fred Pull owns you bitches? I will not say that. I forgot what was happening here. I'll have to rewind just a couple seconds. Oh, this dickhead. Oh, I hate this guy. Oh. Go back far enough to see what he said. Okay.
He giggled.
Speaking of pricks.
Oh, that! Oh, my God.
Speaking of pricks.
Just like Mercenary for Justice, where he says asshole alert, and then it like slowly gets in on him for like 4 seconds. He says, speaking of pricks, like not even a quarter of a second later, it switches to him. It switches to Seagal. So you think it's supposed to be the guy, but as soon as he says it, it switches to Seagal. It's got to be the same thing. The editor being like, fuck you, Seagal. You're such a dick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Armando Limon. I'm not sure what these parts are for. Is this a movie you're pitching? Part 2. YT won't let me post the unredacted interview link with Schneider. Put in Armando R. Limon and Rob Schneider, and you'll get DVIDS link. Okay. All right. Calm down with the commercials here. All right.
So this is the dude that had the interview with Seagal that really wants you to look at that interview with Seagal. I mean,
he had one with Schneider.
Sorry, Schneider.
To be fair, I have Rob Schneider as the Ultimate Warrior, so it's not like he's just over here making stuff up.
I know you're Schneider heavy on the channel. I know you're very deep into Schneider.
Very deep into Schneider. I did Surf Ninjas, so
yeah,
he's the best movie. But anyways, they're clearly saying Seagal's the prick. I picked up on it. I hope everyone else did.
This bitch is fully decommissioned.
I think that's so cool. It is so great. Their little back and forth that they do here is so stupid. So stupid. Just listen
Such
to
a
it.
clear exposition.
Oh, my God.
You booked in 2 more high-security assets last night. You reopened Block D right after you and Manning permanently shut it down.
Like I said, when he brought them in, it doesn't make any sense. He's closing it down that day or the next day. Why are you bringing new prisoners in?
Stone Cold's looking away because he's disgusted by how shit is. And Seagal's just got his arms crossed the whole time. Not even looking.
This is his body double, obviously, because you can't see his face.
Yeah.
Hold on.
This is a black site specifically designed for people of interest.
It was a black site, Cross. Was.
They just flip-flopped it. Like, Seagal's like, oh, well, this is a prison for them. He's like, no, it's closed down. It's not a prison. They both just flip-flopped their entire argument. Seagal's like, this place doesn't hear anymore. He's like, oh, yes, it is. And now he's like, well, this place is closed down. Like, they both, I don't know what's happening. I just know that they both are on opposite sides of the argument that they started on.
I think they started reading each other's lines by accident, and the director said, fuck it, keep going.
And nobody was sure
It happens in
what line.
movies.
They spent a lot of time trying to figure out whose line was what, and they still couldn't figure it out.
Yeah.
So they just said, who cares? Nobody knows. None of this
good.
makes any sense. I don't know why we had to bring Steven Seagal and Stone Cold Steve Austin to do some paperwork, but they're here to close a prison down. Expressionless face from William Toad. Good job. That's
I like that.
how most people look when watching a Seagal movie.
We already had 4 people of special interest here. We don't have enough MPs to legally hold all the fucking interesting people we got, let alone the 2 who came in last night.
It's a prison. That's 6 people total.
Yeah.
How much staff do you need for 6 people in a prison? I think one person can do that. Or you could spread them around the prison and get nobody else. Because I'm pretty sure in an entire prison, if you spread the population out, 6 isn't going to be that many. I think.
Did you see those prisoners though?
We'll
they are
see them.
insane.
Yeah,
I think they're in special
They are
needs.
completely out of their minds.
it's so wild. Yeah, no,
called them
they're very
special.
insane.
They're like wild animals.
I mean, so they try and have it like persons of interest, almost like a Guantanamo Bay type thing, where it's like these people aren't officially prisoners, but it's like even more of that, like these people don't even officially exist. They're here. But then he's talking about legally holding them, even though none of this sounds legal in the first place. It's just, they're just like, just talk for a few minutes and then we'll just go to the next scene. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to know what it means anyways. Unless you guys know what the hell is happening. I really put time into figuring it out.
I got the impression it was kind of a special needs prison. I mean, he just said there were special prisoners. And there's a few characters later that look a little bit,
Well, Seagal doesn't count. He's not actually an official member.
Hey-yo.
He's subcontracted, so.
He's above all that shit.
Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, it's Seagal, so just fucking go with it. Yeah, he just runs into the door. Like,
hey, what did I just say, man? Special needs.
Everything about that's wild. Why did the guy go in there? So if you have these crazy prisoners, like the guards would never go into the cell with them or wherever they are. Like they have these slots that they make them stand backwards, put their hands in, and they handcuff them while they're still inside. Yeah, Alex has got it. Yeah, they handcuff them while they're still inside. Like they don't just walk in there and just grab them on the shoulder. This very large, insane man.
Alone as well, not with like a second guard or
all
a
by
third
himself.
guard.
Yeah. Boom! That's what I was talking about. Do you see what that is?
Is that a carton of milk?
Next to the milk.
A burrito!
It's a burrito. It's the exact same kind of burrito he was eating. He just got a burrito from the cafeteria at a prison, and he was stoked about it.
It's a sad
He
life.
got an extra burrito. Because all other burritos, apparently Steven Seagal got for himself.
Which, I don't know if this is just something that, Seagal is such an incredible writer. He's got things underneath. He's got layers on layers on layers. But when this guy meets up with the cafeteria lady later, is that the girlfriend? Is that what this is all meaning?
Yes.
He didn't want to spell it out for us because, he gives us more credit. He thinks we're smarter than that. He knows we'll do the burrito math.
Or, hear me out, the other guy was just lying about his girlfriend and he's just a basement-dwelling virgin who eats burritos from the cafeteria.
Battle bucket?
Okay, yeah, that could work too. Okay, yeah.
They had
That
some
actually makes way more sense, which is why I know it's not what's happening, because that makes too much sense.
Yeah, true.
Dizzy face. Yeah, so can't be that. No, it's something convoluted and stupid. But yeah, I could see him lying about having a girlfriend, yeah. And then he throws it. What kind of dick? Like, that's your food, bro.
Fucking burrito.
Yeah, that's a good burrito.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my
Frozen
god, I
burrito.
got it. This is a Pulp Fiction out of order scene. That's the burrito he was eating. He didn't want to admit that he was eating a prisoner's burrito that was already on the ground. Like
Floor burrito.
That's 2 party fouls. So he's like, you know what? My girlfriend made me this.
That's the only acceptable answer.
There we go. That one is so much more stupid, so it has to be true.
Yeah, that's true.
Now Code Red is just Seagal waddle on in. Code Red, Seagal waddles like, you see the guy running away in the background. He's like, oh shit, here comes Seagal. It's a Code Red. Everybody get out of here.
It's lunchtime and everyone get out of the way. Yeah.
Oh, he thinks it's like a Mountain Dew Code Red, and Seagal's like, I want to drink it. Yeah. Makes sense?
Clear the buffet line. Code red.
Anyway, he's in a
What's the
burrito.
problem, man?
What's the problem, man? He's like standing over a guard he just beat to death. What's going on? Everything all right?
Now, what do you
And
reckon?
everyone else is just standing out there. There's like 4 of them just standing outside. Like, man, we should do something. Yeah, you're right. We should. Anyway, Seagal's almost here.
What's wrong with that burrito, man?
Seagal's fights. He does that like 2 or 3 times. I'm just gonna double slap you both sides of your face. Double slap. And the guy's like almost out.
This guy is useless. He can't beat Steven Seagal. He can't beat a girl.
Yeah, he loses every fight he's in.
Special needs prison.
No, no,
Special
he
needs
beats up
prison.
the Asian girl. If you have a small Asian lady that you need someone to, be your muscle for, he can handle that. And Seagal, oh, this is his slap. That's his fight. That's his fight. It is such a
Good
weak.
move.
That's. And that punch. Look at that punch. He moves out of the way, but he doesn't need to move out of the way.
No, that's true.
He just misses, like terribly misses his body double, who's doing
And
the
it
little
is-
slap thing too. And then the slap move. Look at that slap. And he's like,
On the
Look how-
shoulder.
look how he bounces. It's a delayed bounce from that little slap. God, that's his fights. Little slap in the inside
What
of the
is
shoulder.
this?
And then he just like pushes him. My God, who used the 2x4 to stab somebody? He just like it's like he's jousting. I gotta go
Or-
back to that.
He's trying to stick himself a piggy for a spit.
You never
Maybe.
punched anybody with a brick before?
Punched him with a brick. Seagal does randomly. Sometimes he just has a brick in his hand. Don't ask why. He
You
just
can
does.
stab people with a brick.
He carries it in his sleeve just in case he needs to, attack a random bystander. He's got that brick ready. Look at that.
That's a good.
Of course he
point.
grabbed it. Not only did he stab him, he stabbed him like 2 feet to the right. Seagal almost couldn't reach it. It was so far away. Hits him with it. So there's no way this would be out there. They don't let prisoners on things where they can just take things apart and have weapons.
Yeah.
No, it has like exposed nails sticking out of it too.
Well, he pulls it off, and the nails are still there, and the wood's not broken. I don't know how he does it. It's like a magic trick. But when he pulls off the wooden plank, everything's still in perfect condition. But yeah, there's still nails now.
Found this kite in the corridor. I don't know if the inmates are trying to communicate, but I thought you should know.
I don't know, why are they telling him? So that's makes sense if the community, like if the inmates have some plan. Yeah, you want to tell like a higher up, not a contractor.
Yeah.
That really shouldn't be there in the first place. Like why?
Exactly.
Unless that contractor happens to be
Well, if
Steven
it's Steven Seagal, who
Now we're talking.
yeah, nobody really knows why he's there anyway, so I guess they can get away with it.
Sensei knows what he is talking about.
he doesn't even know why he's there.
This, when I first saw it, I vomited.
Trojan.
Oh yeah.
Troy Disposal Services.
He thought he was being so clever.
Yeah. Oh my God.
This is another level of meta.
Layers, like you said, Space Onion, mate. It's like an Onion Seagal movie. Layers.
Call this a layer. It's not like a
It's complex. It's a
high
it's a
level layer, like a 7-layer cake. This is like the stuffing cheese in the crust because he's just so fat. Like Troy Disposal
layers.
Services.
It
Oh,
is
I
weird
wonder
people
what's
who
in
are-
there. I wonder what could be in the Trojan truck, huh? I don't know what could be in there, you fucking
He
hack.
weaves a complicated tapestry of fairy floss. I mean, he's a complicated man.
The very first time I saw that, I was like, oh, okay, there's people in there. There's fucking people in there. You know there's
Yeah.
people in there.
And then nobody is going to check them.
And yeah, and it's so predominantly displayed. It's like, oh man, they're not going to see this coming. They're going to watch this again. Yeah, people are going to watch this twice ago and be like, oh, I didn't catch this the first time. This is so smart. It's like that movie Primer. People watch it over again. You get those charts out. You get the faux charts. You have to put it together over time. You have to
Right,
see it like
that's right.
20 times to get all of the intricacies.
It's like The Foreigner.
It's not quite The Foreigner. It's close. It's close.
On a manifest says Rick. Name tag says Max. You want to explain that?
So I like this, sort of. The setup is like, oh, look, Steve Austin knows what he's talking about. He's badass. He knows about the name tags and that the name should match.
And also a good technician.
Oh, he knows a lot that he shouldn't know, but he does know. But yeah, he knows all about this stuff. He's really got a good eye for things.
Does he though?
Over his foot yesterday. I usually work dispatch, short staff, so.
But then he just says the dumbest shit. He's like, oh, okay, well, yeah, okay. Like,
Yeah.
what good is knowing and picking up on that stuff? He's just being like, yeah, whatever the fuck he says is fine. He gives him like 3 excuses.
This douche nozzle from True Justice looks obvious as hell. I mean, I don't know if Steve Austin can't see what we can see, but this guy looks like he's about to shit his pants. He's that nervous. and yet Steve Austin doesn't pick up anything suspicious at all.
Because he's not Steven Seagal.
Well, he's Steve Austin, so because he's like shit talking this little guy the whole time, so I can understand that being intimidating. So I actually don't mind that part, but don't try and sell Steve Austin as he's onto something, he's smart, he knows what's going on, and then just have this dumb shit just fool him completely.
And just pivot back, yeah.
A good trick is if someone's lying to you, they will give you multiple different excuses in rapid succession. They are always lying. If someone's telling you the truth, they just tell you the truth because they don't think, oh, I better cover up for this truth. They're just like, yeah, that's what happened. If they're like, this and that and this and that, they're waiting until something works.
Sounds like someone who lies a lot, Space.
This is a wisdom from Steven Seagal.
No, I don't lie a lot. I just heard. Plus, my dad used to teach me that, and then I read it on the internet, and then this movie told me, and then, Redeye mentioned it.
And then Rob Schneider said it once.
And then
it's always my fault somehow.
Usually
it always comes back to me.
Tawan Williams wanted us to know $9.99 from Tawan Williams. This is getting so meta. Oh my God, even the stream is. Armando Limon, Part 3. I'm selling nothing. Retired military. My work is public domain with DV ideas and publish everything. Your tax dollars at work. It is free to download. You paid for it. My DD-214 is proof. I want to see it.
What the hell's a DD-214? Actually, I'm not going to ask. Just going to get deeper into a rabbit hole with Armando.
It's like the separation papers from the...
I want a Part 4.
Oh, you want some Part 4? I'm just messing with you.
It's like Rocky.
Armando, I'm just messing with you. I know you're not just doing that for sales or whatever.
Almost wrapped up here, so let's get it done.
Because they're waiting on the trash. Literally, they're waiting. They can't leave the prison until somebody takes the trash out. That is so nonsense. That is so nonsense.
Making contractor money, too.
Don't tell me to fuck this up, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I like...
Supervise how trash is disposed.
So I think, like I was saying, I think before we were on live, I think Steve Austin does actually a really good job of being like that hard-ass supervisor, above you person. Like, he seems like really good at that, but it's unclear if this is because we're a few minutes into a Seagal movie. We've seen Seagal waddle around and just be fucking stupid, just be Seagal. So everybody might look like Marlon Brando right now. But
almost wrapped up here, so let's get it done.
The way he talks down to this guy seems so real.
Don't tell me you fuck this up. All I have to do is push a goddamn button.
Sounds like something snapped.
Something snapped. Is that your professional opinion? It's a wild fucking guess.
I don't know. That seems good to me,
That's pretty good. That is.
Yeah, but I see it more as that guy's actually really incompetent and stupid, so he needs to be spoken. Like, he's not doing anything to be rude. That guy really is just a douche who someone has to be on top of.
No, but that's a personality type. That's what I'm saying. Is he seems to be, the kind of person who does that. Like, as long as you're on the ball, you're good. But you start fucking up, and it's like it's not good for you.
Yeah.
And he seems like he's doing a really good job of doing that. Like, Steve Austin can really pull that off because he already has that demeanor. He has that look. He has that the way he talks kind of sounds like that.
Yeah.
Is he from wrestling or?
Yeah.
His background.
Dude, you don't know Steve Austin?
Dare you? Stone Cold Stunner?
Oh, man. You don't know who that dude is? He's young. How old are you? Alex must be younger. You must know.
I'm 40.
Wow. He's not from America, so that's
dude, you
part
look like you're 25.
I don't know if they have. Do they have like WWE, WWF, WCW, any of those out there? Is that popular out there, Alex?
It was in 90s.
Okay, well then you have no excuse.
He was around in the 90s. That was like
I think he came in mid to late 90s. So he started getting big right around when I stopped watching. Like, I remember him like being there, but then he like kind of took over for a bit. They had like the Attitude Era where it was just all like it was kind of like the anti-hero. He was like the main guy there. He was on top of the world.
His face does look a little bit familiar, but he reminds me of Goldberg. It was wrestler Goldberg.
He was
Bill Goldberg, yeah.
Yeah, I got them confused, which I can definitely see if you're younger, especially too. They both entered about the same time. They're these big bald guys. Like entered about the same time.
Yeah.
And we're just destroying everybody, so that makes sense.
Oh yeah, when I was a kid, I thought they were the same person.
I mean, I definitely saw that the similarities are like, oh, this is like I remember who came first, but I was like, this is the other organization's version of that guy. They're just ripping them off. Like, I definitely got that feeling.
As a bald person, I'm offended by all the baldism I'm hearing right now.
Yeah,
I got nothing against the baldism.
All bald people look alike, do they?
They do, though. They do. They do.
Bald white people look alike. Yes.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, yeah. All right. I see where I am now.
all bald people of all ethnicities look alike.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Under the do-rag is a very smooth dome, gentlemen. So thanks for the knife stabbings. I appreciate it.
I thought you had the perfectly black triangle with some like ink
I'm
kind of
working
rubbing off on every
I'm
now and
working
then.
I'm working on it, Space. I'm working on it.
All right, girls, let's go for a walk.
Yeah. Why does he take them for a walk? None of this makes any sense. None of this is explained.
He
They
needs
shouldn't
to
be
drag them around because they are
taking them
ladies, and
Taking
he's
them
Lady
out.
Because
Magnet.
they're ladies and shouldn't be there. Why is he?
Well, they are ladies, and this is Steven Seagal's movie. They have to be there.
Well, yeah, I think Redeye mentioned before. He talked with one of the directors of one of his movies, and wasn't it like there had to be an Asian lady nude or something in the movie?
Yeah. So
That
They
was
are
on
almost nude.
the perfect
Yeah.
weapon.
Yeah, she doesn't get fully nude,
Yeah.
but she does lift up her shirt to show her bra because that's obviously where her.
Yeah, he contractually, at least for that movie, needed, and I think it was an Asian woman under the age of like 21, had to be not
That's
necessarily a
Nicholas
love interest,
Cage.
but like had to be sexually something in a room with him
Jesus Christ.
for him to be willing to do the movie at all.
Wow.
Man.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Forgot about the age thing. That's a really creepy
Why is
age
anyone
cutoff.
shocked though? Why is anyone shocked at all though? I mean, literally, it's one of the core tenets of Seagalism is the woman has to be under
It's written
21.
in the contract is the only
I'm
part. I could see him telling someone like I'm going to leave if you don't do that, but having it in a contract is wild.
Well, he said that like originally they couldn't make it work, and they brought in some girl who, I don't know what her ethnicity was, but she was like 25, 26, and he threw this huge hissy fit and was like, I'm not doing the movie. And they had to fly a girl in like same day, basically call her from another state and fly her over.
Is she under 21?
She was too old.
Yeah, no, she was too old, and I don't know if I don't even think she's
Yeah.
Asian. They just had like another lady, but he
Leo
literally threw a
DiCaprio.
fit.
I mean, you could lie about the age, I'm sure. I don't know if he's checking IDs, but
Right.
it's
Yeah,
hard
they
to
threw
read
a
the Asian
huge fit.
part. You have to
He
do
also-
like a kickboxer with Tong Po where they're like, we'll just put some prosthetics. You're Asian now.
He also filmed all of
Yeah.
his parts of that movie in the hotel room that they rented him for the movie.
Which is very obvious if you've seen that movie.
Yeah, he was like, I want
Everything looks the same.
I want the
He's
suite.
in bed for one of them.
Yeah, he's just laying there.
That's one that I'm going to do way later because I'm trying to do the ones where he's like barely in it because he's barely in that movie.
Yeah,
Like,
he
I
is.
saw like the first half. I was like 45 minutes. I've seen Seagal for 8 seconds of this, and he was just laying in the bed that whole time.
Yeah.
But it is good. There's 2 Seagals in that movie.
What did you do that for? I was going to say there's an awesome plot twist, and then you just went and gave it.
Oh, I already know. Trust me, I don't watch these for enjoyment. I don't need it to be like I looked up. It's like, does he like come in the second half all the time? It's like, no,
I'm sorry.
comes at the very end.
Wash your mouth
This
out.
is
sir. That's
shocking
black.
news.
should.
Shocking news.
Mitch meetings. Steven 316 says, I just snapped your MF birthday. That is true. Austin 316. That was the signs they would hold up. It's something about like, was it John 316 about Jesus being the Son of God, something like that. Yeah, that was weird. Just remembering that Austin 316. That's very biblical.
Foreign national. My government has no idea where I am.
Every motherfucker in here that's wrapped in skin is a political prisoner.
God, everything about this.
Wrapped in
She says,
skin.
I'm a foreign national. Nobody would ever say I'm a foreign national. They would say the country they're from, national. Not, I'm foreign. I'm not from. This is Neil Breen level stuff. I'm a foreign national. I work for government. I work for bad government. I go against other bad government for secret, top, illegal, and immoral things.
I'm not sure if you're going to show it or not, what her name is, but her name is
Doesn't look like it doesn't match her at all.
Yeah, it's. Can I say it, or are you going to show it?
Yeah, no,
Or-
say it. It's not really.
Her name is Samantha Mendez. Everybody, just so you know, the Latino Asian lady right there, Samantha Mendez.
Very. Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, you're in Thailand. There's a lot of Hispanic last names in Thailand, aren't there?
Yeah, well, no, Philippines. If you go to the Philippines, yeah, because they're all like Ortegas and
Yeah,
whatever.
I knew it was one of those.
Yeah, maybe she's Filipino, but isn't she supposed to be Chinese? I think they say she's Chinese, don't they?
don't think they do. She's just foreign. They don't give much information.
That's
I think
true.
they talk about a few things. I don't think they ever say China. No, I don't think they do. China wouldn't like that, and trust me, they're not taking a stand for this movie, so they would never say that.
True.
I mean, I'm sure he's not making much in China, but he's got to be making more than zero, so they wouldn't put that in there because China would not allow it. Richard Chaparro, Austin 316 says, I just whooped your ass. Yeah, okay. These people remember some more than I do about Steve Austin. Like I said, very tail end of when I was watching. But if you heard what he said, let me bring this up. I had to write some of these quotes down. Well, part of it because they're hard to hear. So she's talking about, she doesn't say about political prisoner. She just said she's a foreign national. And he says, every motherfucker in here that's wrapped in skin is a political prisoner. Like, okay, you wrote that before you wrote what she said, didn't you? And you just thought it was cool. There's a lot of that in this movie.
Wait, everybody in this prison is political prisoner?
That's wrapped in skin. So not the people not wrapped in skin. So the skeletons, no. They're supposed to be there.
Only the Buffalo Bills.
That's why it's so stupid. It's like, yeah, you didn't have to put the skin part. Everyone here has skin, so we can eliminate that.
Wrapped in skin.
He just thought it sounded cool. He must have heard that and just thought it sounded cool. So it was like, I'm gonna say it.
Anyone just wrapped in skin is a political prisoner.
Sure got some ugly janitors in its dump.
We'll let the hooker in.
Fuck you.
I did.
Call me.
Man. So they do have there's some sparks there.
There is.
I sound sarcastic, but I am not. I am not. I was uncomfortable. I was like watching this as like, guys, should I leave? Should I just like leave? Like, this is very awkward for me. I don't want to get between you guys. Yeah.
Get some room.
Did you deliberately edit that so it says fuck you and then she says fuck you and then he says I did?
No, it wasn't the movie.
No, that's how it was.
I thought you deliberately did it because then she goes fuck you and then Seagal goes I did. So I was like, oh yeah, he's admitting it.
Yeah,
okay.
Edited weirdly.
I had to rewatch it several times to understand what the hell had happened.
Typically, when I do the live streams, I try not to do the funny editing. Like I try to make it be more realistic because that's why I do both. Like I do it my way where I just try and make things funny, and then I do this where it's more realistic and just pointing out how much of a hack he is. It feels worse if I.
So that was all just coincidence that she said "fuck you" and he said "I did."
I don't think that was coincidence, but it wasn't me. Is what I'm saying.
The editor. Keep in mind, the editor also doesn't sleep.
Yeah,
he also does his job.
And shitty writing too. I forgot about the shitty writing.
Oh, Juan Williams again. He had more to say than that fact that he was just telling me what he did with the $9.99. I love to sit in my karate corner, eat cylindrical baked goods, and watch mega blockbuster hit movies by Sensei.
Oh, I like that one.
But the favorite part is Space Ice. Sorry, I got cut off for you guys. You couldn't see it, but that was on there.
Yeah, they always run out of characters in that last little bit there.
Yeah, well, when they start going off on me, it's like they just can't stop. It's
embarrassing.
Taken over by inspiration. I try not to say all of it because it's very flattering and it's a little.
It's a little much, a little heavy. Yeah.
I love Seagal's acting again, which is just the weird faces. He does that a lot. Like I don't know.
It's called emoting.
Again, the editor. I think the editor's just fucking with him. The editor just doesn't like him.
Man, we ain't never getting out of here at this rate. I'll take a look.
Yeah, so he spends like the next half of the movie trying to fix the crusher or trash compactor. He's in there for half the movie working on this thing.
Is. Yeah.
Which makes sense if he wants to leave.
Because he doesn't know what the hell he is supposed to do in there. If they are closing prison, why the hell am I here? I don't belong this
trash
prison.
Because that's all he seems to do. He's all about the trash. He tells sounds like he first met Seagal. I mean, he's known Seagal, but he first saw him for the first time when they were out there, and all he does is the trash. So Seagal said, "I need a trash man. You're the trash best trash man in the business." Duke the dumpster Drosy, he was out. He's got something going right now, but you're the second best trash man in the business. So we called him up.
That's what they were hired for.
It's just a power move.
Seagal for dragging women around. He is to fixing disposal machine.
Yeah, it's a power move by Seagal, just letting Stone Cold know, just stick with the trash, mate. I'm the real
trash.
Come on, boss. Have a drink. These ladies have been waiting for you and Manning all day.
I don't know who's supposed to be saying that. I don't think they're in the movie. But yeah, these chicks are waiting for Seagal.
Definitely. Even if I didn't think they were, I'm assuming they are. Like 100%.
What kind of bullshit? They've been waiting all day. Really? Yeah. They got there when it opened and they've just been waiting for Seagal.
Well, getting the lion ladies.
They're only human. They're only human.
I mean, I'm guessing he paid for them and he told them to wait there for him or something. That's the only thing that makes sense.
They're waiting all day because, by the time he waddles his ass from 50 meters down the road, you have to be there all day.
With the help of his stunt double.
Yeah,
maybe he owes them money.
That would make sense too. Either he already paid or he owes them money. Either makes sense for me for Seagal. He's infamous for not paying for things.
I've heard that.
I could see that.
And snatching certain things.
I love Seagal's there. Stone Cold's out there working, trying to shut the prison down. Seagal's here at a bar hanging out.
Club.
What the
you
hell?
Do this.
Hey,
he's reading. He's got reading glasses on. He's doing important reading by the looks of it.
To be fair, they were federal contractors. They were contracted by the federal government. This is, I believe, all of this. Seagal. The part I don't believe is that Seagal was ever there. I could believe he was at the bar the whole time, getting paid and telling everyone else to do everything so he could get that big fat check.
That's pretty much it. But he has done his job over there, right?
I guess. We don't know what his job is. I mean,
now
it's not closed. There's still a
bunch
of people there. Like, literally nothing's happened. Nothing's
Hey, he took the lady prisoners on a walk.
Okay? We do know one thing. That trash compactor needs to be fucking fixed ASAP.
Well, it does need to be fixed. I mean,
hurry that up.
Probably not right away. They're closing the place down. Like, it's going to smell, but nobody's going to be there. So, yeah, it's not really an immediate need.
I feel like that's tying our whole story together, is that whole trash compactor needing to be fixed is a core part of the story.
They're also waiting for the stupid bus to pick the people up because, it's insane that you want people to pick up the prisoners for your prison to close down the prison. God, these two details.
Forgot all about the bus. Forgot all about that.
The trash thing is treated as so much more important as getting the prisoners out of the prison.
Exactly.
Besides, is this Seagal's nails?
Was that him? I think it was.
I mean, I have to go back to it. I believe it was a.
Oh, day.
Yeah, she's hot.
All three are, yes.
Too old. Over 25.
Oh, well, yeah. Sensei Seagal knows that was a trick. Way too old for him.
Yeah, come on, boys. You got to learn.
All right, let's see the fingernails if I can tell. Sorry. That's definitely him because you can see the front.
Oh, all right, check it out.
Looking at the thumb, absolutely 100% that is his thumb.
Sensei Seagal, what do you say?
Don't know. I can't really tell. Ooh. I need more information to go on before I can say, but I mean, they look pretty sausagey from here, those fingers.
I need nothing. Sausagey, very feminine thumbnail that is
retaining a lot of water.
It's also like you're supposed to be like a big badass fighter who's always kicking ass, yet you always have like the cleanest nails. Like this.
The only thing that makes me question whether it's him or not is because he doesn't have to be doing that scene. He could be elsewhere eating and sitting.
That's why I had to see it again. Because he doesn't need to be there, but he's like, it's
this is
it's
bar.
Like down.
This is bar. He can be there.
It is a bar.
Girls over there. So
probably
he
strippers.
could
Probably
just...
strippers there too.
Yeah, he's probably got chicks right next to him. So he's like, yeah, I'll do this.
Fight.
Trent, no question. Just a magic push. Oh, that was an accident, but now everybody knows you're stoned polar bear.
I'm too stoned. Well, you and me both polar bear, don't worry. But,
Yes, the button to make the thing go away is sometimes right on top of somebody's quote, and sometimes I hit it twice. Deal with it.
I'll come down in a minute.
Yeah, he'll be down in a minute. He's flirting and he's drinking. There's a shot glass in front of him. So even if you want to say like the glass of wine's not his, why is there a shot glass in front of him? Dude's getting fucking trashed.
As you
2
know,
girls, 1 cup.
This is him explaining in the great way for exposition. Why are you giving exposition now? Nobody's going to question any of this. Nobody cares about the story.
Yeah.
But he does the as you know thing. So,
you know,
yeah, it's evident to everybody.
I love it when they do that in the
obviously,
because nobody ever says that. Nobody ever just walks in as you know and then just explains something.
You know, Cypher's a numeric base, but the Arabic is unusual. Fortunately, it's one of my specialties.
Of course. Arabic ciphers is his specialty. Obviously.
Thank God you're here.
The one part I cut out because it made it too long. He's like, "You were right. You were 100% right." Because even though Seagal can't make himself read it because he has no reason to leave and come back.
But it does look suspicious. I read it in English. It looks suspicious. Hey.
Numbers and ciphers for, like, why would they write that for the plan? That makes no sense. The guy's supposed to know Arabic and ciphers.
You just said it. It makes no sense, so it's on point. They're consistent with the movie, at least.
This is a very nitpicky thing, but why would it say federal marshal? He's a U.S. marshal. There's no such thing as a non-federal U.S. marshal. It's literally the same thing. I looked everywhere to see if anyone actually has a jacket like that, and it does not exist. It should just say U.S. marshal, because he's a U.S. marshal.
Spirit Halloween?
I mean, they could put U.S. marshal, I'm pretty sure.
This is too secrets for you to know.
I know. I find nitpicky
Nobody
things.
knows about that.
This bothers me.
Misdirection.
It's not a misdirection. It's the exact same thing, just written stupider. Oh, look, the chick was obviously... He had to wait for her to leave, this guy, before he could tell Seagal what it was. Of course, some third hot chick was all over Seagal.
But my best guess is that a dirty guard has been passing on information.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, great. We knew that. Fantastic. Best guess.
Okay. So, you're telling me that someone is going to break in the prison. Somebody that everybody already knows.
It's getting to that. Hold on, let me go back.
And where's your gear?
The gear's still in the airport. I didn't think we'd need it.
You guys go tack up. Meet me there.
Yeah, why would he need his gear? Why is this guy here to close down the prison too? Because he's not there. They're just at a bar.
Get a bar.
Apparently, they were out here for this mission, and he didn't think he would need his weapons to close down the prison, which that part makes total sense. He should not need his gear to close down the prison. But why are they there at all? Seagal hasn't done anything other than bring prisoners in. Like, the only thing he's done to close down the prison is bring in brand new prisoners. Why is it supposed to be closing?
He also kicked an ass of a big guy.
He did beat up a prisoner, too.
And he just said tack up again, which is a classic Seagal. I mean, he didn't say let me tack up, but he said tack up, which is always...
Tell them to tack up, because they have to. They got to tack up. And he's got his stuff in his car because he's always ready.
Tack up.
I love it when he tacks up.
Tack up.
Oh, he looks ridiculous when he tacks up. He looks stupid.
He's maximum tacking upping all the time. It's brilliant.
And this is where this guy annoys me. I mean, I was already not a huge fan of the whole Burrito fiasco, but he's one of these people.
Yeah, this all seems in order. Well, I can't authorize this anyway. You're gonna have to talk to the warden.
Okay, I cut out a lot. He was going through that paperwork forever, just to say, like, yeah, this is all perfect. Yeah, the paperwork's perfect. I can't do anything anyways. I'm not going through it. I can't do shit. So, but yeah, your paperwork looks good. Just so you know, just some personal information. You did good work on this paperwork. Now, go give to someone who actually cares.
You know why?
He was checking for burrito deliveries. That's what he was looking for.
He was made line leader in elementary school one too many times, and it went to his head.
Oh,
he's
now
that guy.
To be fair, he was the best line leader.
I mean, without a doubt, he kept everyone.
Now he's kind of a stickler to the rules, and he's all about the hall monitoring. But man, nobody's led a line like that.
It's pretty good. It's a good line.
Those lines were fucking straight.
Yeah. No backsies.
No backsies. No, not a single cutsy. Not a single.
Those papers didn't look like documents.
Like kind of did. I actually zoomed in on the one you could see, and it surprisingly accurate from what I would imagine they would be. It was like belongings. It was like black purse and this kind of like looked like some of these belongings that you would take with you to like a prison because
it looked like skin or something. And some list of
look like skin.
Skin, wrapped up skin. That's I don't know.
That means laptop skin. All right, laptop skin. Trust me, he's from Russia, guys. That's what they do in Russia. When you transfer people between prisons, you better skin your laptop and hand it off to the next guy. It's their way. We can't judge, guys. We can't judge.
Your laptop in skin.
Wrapped up in skin. Oh man. Okay, that's even. Okay, that's more Russian. You wrap your documents in human skin. That's how they do it there. And so, because if the skin's been cut, then they know somebody's opened this. It's like the little seal, the wax seal that they put on when they give it to the messenger.
Put a piece of
Otherwise,
paper
it
in the
doesn't
door.
work. It is pointless to.
Yeah, they found in Russia that doesn't work, but the human skin thing, that works. Plus, they just like human skin and they have so much extra.
Marshal, but it seems that nobody has any concern for mine.
Okay, this guy's just being passive aggressive little bitch. But he gets
me. Oh, what about me? No one cares about me.
Is great. But, nobody cares how I feel.
Yeah.
Fucking dick. God, I hate him. I'm glad he dies. They cut his finger off and then he dies later.
He deserves that shit, though.
I don't show it because I don't know. Again, Rumble would allow it.
Get in trouble.
I don't know if YouTube would. Oh yeah, so I mean to tell you guys that that's Redeye's channel. You guys should check him out. He does.
Oh, thank you.
Like every fourth review is funny. So you just have to go to all of them to find out which one that fourth one is.
I like it. I like it. Or just go to every fourth video. There you go.
Yeah. If you find the one, now you know. Just keep with that pattern.
Every fourth.
Start on evens and then go with odds after that.
Oh,
Seagal,
I like that.
His whole thing gets dumber.
The detainees are going from a military to a federal facility.
I bring it up later why this is so stupid. I'll save it for later because there's more I got to go on for this. But we'll bring it up later. I hope I remember. There's another part that shows the last part of that. That's why I'm not bringing it up yet. Oh, no, it's right here. This is it. Okay. Samantha Mendez, Oregon State Prison. So she's gone from a state prison to a military prison and then to a federal prison in the span of 24 hours. Why is she going to so many different prisons?
He's on the tour.
She gives a good
God,
blowjob.
hit every prison in the United States at this point. We have a tribal lands prison you need to go to. Like, what are they doing with her?
She has like a prison passport. She's trying to get all her stamps.
But this is like in one day. She's like speed running the stamp thing. I don't know if they give you stamps. They should. But she's doing it quick. This is all within a day. She just got to this prison. Yeah. Alex Lantz also has a channel. He mentions Steven Seagal sometimes. And by sometimes, I mean every time, which is still way too much. But yeah, he's got some good videos there, guys. And obviously, Sensei Seagal. If you guys could guess what his video's on, obviously Jean-Claude Van Damme and Time Cop. How much he loves that.
Civil War history.
In fairness, it is very Seagal heavy at the core of it, but I do like to shit on everyone.
Seagal and heavy is redundant. You don't have to say that.
I like to shit on all, not just Seagal, but he's the essence.
And this is the I put the streams up on. This is my second channel I'm doing for the streams, just because the content's a little different. That way, this kind of get its own momentum for the streams. People that don't care so much want the shorter, silly videos. Just if you guys don't mind going over there and subbing, that'd be fantastic. All right, let's get back to it. Yeah, so she's just going to every prison she can. Sure, why not? I love how they just put no thought when they make these things.
Clear.
Oh, yeah. Those are the guys in the truck. They say clear, and then we don't see them for like 25 minutes. So I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. What's clear? But they just thought, we'll have them say some tactical military things. Yeah, clear.
Well, that fist is going in someone's rectum, I can only assume. Next 25 minutes, the boys are getting wild in the back of there. Just a suggestion. I mean, you ask what they're doing for 25 minutes. Maybe some fisting. Maybe some fisting. A bit of
Okay, well, that was like there. Like I put that in that scene because they like interrupt this to show that. They're like, clear. And then we just don't see them for another 20 minutes. Okay, cool.
Signed him in on his authority. You need his signature to get him out.
Oh, let me go back because this is even more insane.
So you don't like this guy, guys? Because here's the favorite part of this movie.
Are going from a military to a federal.
After Steven Seagal.
I believe that. That sounds very Russian of you, but man, what this guy says.
Clear.
Oh, not that. But they're still clear, guys. Just so you know, no worries.
Cross signed him in on his authority. You need his signature to get him out.
Seagal signed them in on his authority. What fucking authority? He's there contracted to shut the prison down. He has authority to not only bring people into a prison, but nobody has the authority to get them out but him. This guy, U.S. Marshal, federal agents, do not have clearance over Seagal to get her out. He says he's doing it for the CIA. CIA doesn't have clearance to get him out. Only Seagal has the top level clearance to get these two ladies who we don't know why the fuck they're even there. They haven't even committed the crime as far as I know, but Seagal signed them in. Only Seagal can sign them out.
I don't understand why you're confused by this. It sounds like you're saying that that's wrong in some way, that Seagal isn't the foremost authority in every single thing in every movie that he's in? Or...
Well, look at it this way. What if somebody goes to prison for whatever reason, and whoever's signature is on there, what if they die? Now they can't ever get out of the prison because nobody can sign them out. Because only the person that signs you in can sign you out. Hopefully they don't die or just quit their job or just not give a shit about ever getting you out, because then you're stuck forever. This is a really
it would be a concern if it was a normal human, but I mean, given that it's Seagal, he lives forever. I mean,
the CIA comes to him for permission to do things. That sounds legit.
Pretty much.
I just love how the federal government doesn't have authority to get her out of a military prison. Only Seagal does.
Wait.
Where the fuck are they?
I do like him. It's a shame he has to die at the end, but I do like him. He was supposed to, I think he's done a lot of B movies. Michael Pear, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of a B movie. I don't want to say legend because he's in a Seagal movie, so that's not possible.
Hey, put the coffees down.
This whole thing is so ridiculous.
Fuck you.
What? Fuck you. Wait, no. That is so amazing.
Fuck
the
you.
guy walks in with coffee, super confused, like, what the fuck's going on? He's got a gun to the guy's head. He's like, put the coffee down, sit down. Fuck you. He just blows the dude's head off.
He's like, I haven't had my coffee yet.
I respect that.
Like,
I respect it.
I kind of do. He's like, he's not pointing the gun at me. If he was pointing the gun at me, things would be different. But he's pointing the gun at that guy.
He did at least put up a bit of a fight, right? I don't know if you're going to show it. You're probably not, but he put up a bit of a fight before. So I don't mind that guy. At least he went down fighting and killing his mate.
Part. Yeah,
but why the bad guy did? But why did the bad guy shoot that guy? And after that, this guy, before he knew the codes or passwords or
he's a moron.
Before he even explained him what is happening. For example, I'm taking this as a hostage. You do this or that.
Well, I think he was going to explain it to him, but the guy was like, I ain't playing with this. I got work to do. I'm going to leave. He's not even going to let him explain that he's taking a hostage. He's like, fuck you. I'm out of here. I got my coffee. Okay, it's almost shift change. I'm leaving. No.
It's 5 o'clock.
Yeah, they do have a fight. I don't show because it's kind of long and stupid. Like, the guy, I don't know. The guy fights him and almost loses. Like, I don't know. The guy's got a gun and he doesn't use it.
He didn't have a plan.
And we're back to Steve Austin still working on that damn trash compactor.
Got to get it fixed. We got to get that damn trash
like 4 times. He's working on that thing.
Does he know how it works? Do they ever establish that he actually has like machinery knowledge?
He's got to break it.
They don't tell us beforehand, but he does say like nothing's wrong with it, and then he says now he's trying to break it because if he breaks it, then he'll really know what's wrong with it. Because he can't find an issue, but if something in there blows up, he figures whatever that thing that blew up is probably has something to do with it. Yeah. That's what they give us. That's all I got right now.
It's just steam going.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
It kind of makes sense.
Steam-powered trash.
Like having a sore leg and then just breaking your leg to know that it's broken for sure. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
He's also very confident that he can fix and they have whatever parts they might explode in there. Like there's a good... very high, probably like 90% chance they won't be able to fix it. He's got a giant wrench he keeps on him. I can't really see it. It's usually his body double. When his body double's walking away, you're like, there's a giant ass wrench off his ass. But that's all he has to fix things. Is a giant wrench. I think I talked about this last time, where they have like the main guy like has to be a little bit ahead of the bad guys. They can't outsmart them.
Yes.
So.
But he wasn't on the forehead because the bad guy clearly said clear before the explosion.
Yeah, well, he like has an idea that something's not right. He's like, something's wrong. And then he like turns around and dies. And then the guy's like, clear, and they explode. It's like, okay, yeah. You can't just, yeah. Okay, yeah, he figured it out just split second too late. Okay, movie. Why? Why do they have to explode out? they got in there, right? They didn't explode their way into the truck. There's got to be a way out. There's got to be a door. There's got to be a hatch. There's got to be something.
Could just open the door and got out the back, right? I mean, why was that?
However they got in. I don't know how they got in.
He was inside the trash compactor fixing.
Trash has to get in there somehow also. Like, it's not just a metal unopenable box. But apparently they had to blow their way out. Because, you know, inside is where the explosion was, where everybody else was. So let's have the explosion right next to all of us. Fuck that door. Okay, but Seagal realized this insane, stupid plan right before it happened. And they climb out that hole. Yeah, this guy. That's why I say order matters when you do these. So I just did season 2, the first 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's following Seagal in that movie. Or shows, however you want to look at it.
Yeah.
And like he's just following him, and he's like, "Why is this guy following me?" And then they tried to run him off the road. They don't really explain what this guy's deal is, but he's on the multiple Seagal list, so fuck this guy. He's been in multiple Seagal things. It's where they do. Oh God, I should have brought that. Because I got to talk about that. They do a car chase, and the guy's like, "He's following me," and Seagal like hard right, and then it goes to the vehicle. It's just driving normally, and then slowly does like a regular turn around like a turn, and then you're like, the wheels are going, like he's
whipping the wheel
around
too.
it, and it looks like it's going 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, they cut to like the inside of the car, and he's like whipping that steering wheel around.
He whips it hard, and it goes
it's
to
like
it. It's
barely moving.
It's like he turned it and it's just going around the turn.
It was so good.
But obviously, because Seagal's super awesome, he loses him. He loses that guy in the car chase because, you know, it's Seagal, so you can't keep up with Seagal. But then so they have to finish it. So Seagal turns around and catches him. He decides, I'm going to chase you, and catches them. But had I not just done that, maybe I wouldn't recognize him as the 2-time Seagal movie piece of shitter that he is. He also has a final fight with Steve Austin we're supposed to think is believable. Like, this guy is not threatening. I am not afraid of this guy. Steve Austin and this guy is even more of a mismatch than Arnold against Bennett in Commando. Even more of a mismatch by a lot.
Steve Austin knows it too, because even during the whole fight, no part of him is threatened. He's having a fucking good old time.
Yeah. It's weird they build it up, though. Like, oh, man, these guys are going to fight now.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Doesn't look like a fight.
That's him!
I love it. Steve Austin's great. Everything should be him. They should take out Seagal. He just should do both parts. They don't even have to change the story. They can still be 2 different characters. Just have, you know, one with a hat, one no hat, and that'll be the 2 different characters. I won't question it at all, and it'll be great.
I'd watch it.
Because Austin does all the good stuff. Seagal just, everything Seagal does.
He sits in a bar.
He waddles around.
He waddles in tactical gear.
God, his shooting. It might get excessive, the amount of, like, shooting I show on just how terrible all of it is, but I still show it all. Oh, my God. Are you guys ready to have your mind blown?
I can't wait.
Does this look familiar to you guys? Does this look familiar? Huh? Does this area look familiar? Because this is some next level mind shit that Seagal's pulling on us right now. Okay.
No.
Is it his sex dungeon or what? Am I looking at his sex dungeon? What am I looking at?
I wish Bloodsport.
City.
There's a hallway kind of like this in True Justice a few times, but I think it's a bit wider.
Close.
I'm sticking with sex dungeon.
Close. They're going through here. They're going through here. They're going through here. Where he's taking out a bunch of frames because it takes him so long. Same hallway. So that's from the opposite side. Literally the exact same hallway. 10 years apart, because this came out 10 years later.
We thinking movie set or just rehashing the same footage?
No, it's different footage. Just reusing the set, the same area. Blew my mind, because when I saw it, I was like, oh, this reminds me so much of Kill Switch. And I went back. It's harder to see because it's kind of smaller here, but I blew it up. You got the exit sign, you got the box below it, you got the double pipes going horizontally below it. Everything matches up. You can see the cutout where the door is on the one on the right, and you can see it just past the hallway on the right. Like, this is the exact same place. This takes place in the Kill Switch universe.
Still could be a sex dungeon.
This is one Seagal universe.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they all take place in the same universe. So somewhere right now, there's Seagal's with a Russian family that.
Well, there is an
apparently he went
ESU.
to Memphis and started as a detective and worked his way up to homicide to be the top senior homicide detective before coming back home to Russia.
Do you realize how enlightened you're gonna become after you are done with the Foreigner? After you figure everything out, if
it happens.
Yes, if
Foreigner might have a life of its own. It might be creating new plot holes when you're not watching.
It might be your Optimus.
There is
Prime.
something that also, there is something.
It'll be my Optimus. And
on that note,
Seagal's my Megatron.
There is an ESU that's been created, the Extended Seagal Universe, so it does exist.
It clearly exists.
It's
and apparently
it
takes place in Memphis also. That's where this prison is in Memphis, right outside the nightclub.
Do you remember the frames from In True Justice from whatever movie we watched last time?
Oh yeah, the Dangerous Man. Yeah, there's a lot of crossover. It's weird nobody mentions in that show. Like, do you look like that actor in those movies? And everyone's like, so do we. We all look like that. That should be blowing their mind. Why do we all look like the cast of this movie? Oh, damn it. I meant to pause it right there.
Awesome.
I think it goes back. Anyways, he looks at the van. And he's like, oh, I got to get that van. Man, too bad this shirt. If only this coat I had pockets. That would be so useful if they had pockets. Boom, fucking pockets now. I don't know why that bothered me, but it bothered me. He's just like looking up there, and then he runs up there, and now he's got pockets. Cool.
We're doing a high-risk security transfer here. I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
All right.
I love that attack. The bear paws, he just grabbed the guy's head. That's his move. I'm just going to grab the guy's head. Okay.
Oh, so that guy has to be tall, right?
He's
Skull's a
either
big
tall
boy.
or standing on a stair. I don't know if there's a stair there. I don't think there is.
No.
But that's his move.
He might be that tall.
And then he kicks. He does that same exact look whenever he kicks. He shoves his chin into his chest.
It physically hurts him to
Yeah,
do
he
it.
has to get momentum to get that fat leg up in the air.
Yeah, he really struggles. He really makes that like, oh god, this is bad look on his face.
Oh no!
I've got a folder just dedicated to Seagal's fat little kicks and little pushes and shoves and clotheslines and just
do.
Throughout the ages from Mark for Death, and then even in Lawman, he's doing a little scenario where he kicks in a door in Lawman. It's great. It's below 45 degrees now. It was never really above 45, but now it's well and truly about 30 degrees, something.
Well, he's got that one in Exit Wounds where he does that gymnastics move onto one hand and kicks the guy and then goes back because that's totally him.
And Belly of the Beast where he does all those flippy kicks and he goes for a ride on the spear. That was all genuinely him too, of course.
That actually happened. No, actually, I saw that. I was trying to call BS, but I saw the raw footage. No, he does that. They had to speed the spear up because they were throwing it too slow. Like it wasn't going fast enough for him, so they had to throw it faster.
Yeah.
The coat he was wearing before, I meant to point this out. That's his hiding his chins coat.
Mm-hmm.
Because when he comes in, he's like bent like this, and he's got like no extra chins, and you can tell he's like hiding it in that coat. He does that to hide his chins, but he can't really move around too much in it.
That's what I'm saying. We're in the era of him bringing his own gear to set.
Just look at that, just slapping. He's just all about slapping now. My
giant,
theory on this, I don't know how you guys feel. You know how he's infamous for hitting his stuntmen.
Mm-hmm.
If he's gonna hitting him with a fist kind of hurts. If you slap him, you can slap him all day. Like that's not gonna hurt him. It'll hurt the guys. It'll piss them off even more because they'll sting more. It won't be as like effective like long term, but it's gonna sting a lot more. So he likes that because it causes more pain.
As long as he's slapping him and not doing like a Baz Rutten open-handed palm strike, then that's all right.
Well, he ain't doing that.
He mostly pushes.
He ain't doing
them.
any running.
That's how they get injured.
He's trying to make it somehow where I was body double
Not
speed.
by
He
slap.
uses body double speed to get momentum, but he hasn't quite figured that one out. Look how stupid he looks. All packed up. Oh, he's walking like side to like. What is he doing in this hallway? What are you doing in this hallway?
There could be
He's
stuff
walking
on the
across
roof.
it. He's taking up as much of the hallway as possible, just looking up and down, ground roof.
Where is everybody?
He has no idea.
No,
He's making
nobody?
himself
Okay.
as visible as possible, looking in
Well,
ridiculous.
fairness, how's he really going to hide that mass? You say
Well, he
he's
can turn
taking
the
up the
light off
hallway.
because that's just giving him away. Right now, he wants to be stealthy because there's only one of him.
Very stealthy.
We got minimal gear
Stealthy.
Now these guys, I love this.
and ammo, so we go in quiet through the old hydro access tunnels.
Going through the hydro access tunnels. I know it says deliveries there, and that looks like where they deliver the
No,
things.
it's hydro access.
Well, here it's technically true. You see, they used to in the old days, the water used to come through where there's now the delivery area. So it's actually legit. I know it sounds really stupid to call it the old hydro access tunnels when you could just say delivery because they're right fucking there. But no, this is actually legit. Seagal did his homework. They used to put water through here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not fucking stupid at all. It's not that Seagal's
It's
a
not.
fucking
No, you're
moron.
right. It's not stupid.
No, it's legit. He's just too smart for us.
That's what it is.
Hydro access, Kasofa. Obvious. That's where water comes in. It's where you let the water in. You open the door, the water comes in. That's how the water accesses it.
Do you
Seagal knows what he's talking about.
Motherfucker! God damn, it's getting funnier every time I do it.
Okay, they're just murdering people left and right. They're looking for people. Let me just come out and act like I'm gonna stab him in the neck. That's safe. No accident could ever happen here.
No.
Okay.
It's gonna be fine. We're gonna get a good laugh.
The way you pause it right there, it kind of makes this look like an erotic scene. The guy in the front
it is.
smiling.
No, they go at it for a long time. Like
Steve
really
Austin's got his hand on
long
his
time.
shoulder. I mean, it looks like about the down.
And it's so weird. Like, so when the guy's doing the trash, he's like a hard ass riding the guy. But when they have to save their lives and not get murdered, now it's jokey time. Oh, so there's two things here. One, see the guy in the bottom left.
Yes.
That is when you switch hands. That is the ideal time to use hands.
Oh.
Seagal does it whenever the fuck he feels like, never at the appropriate time, but he doesn't have to put his whole body out there to aim. So that is the only time you should really do that. It's weird.
Doesn't look.
Now this might sound
all that steady. If you hold
It's
it
less.
to the
Well,
left,
that's why you don't usually do it. You're going to be less accurate, and you might be less steady because you're offhand. But it's better than getting shot. So it is better than getting shot. So,
as an Australian who has no idea about guns, if you're left-handed, presumably you'd shoot like this guy does, right? And that's normal.
If
for
you're
you
left-handed, that would be a normal way to shoot.
Okay.
But if you're going around something to your left, then it's better to have something in your because he doesn't stick his whole body out there because people are going to come around. They're going to have a shootout.
Makes sense.
You'd rather have as little of you out as possible. Like his knee doesn't need to be out there. He just needs to poke his head out. So he's out more than he needs to be, but it's still way less than if he was doing his other hand. His whole body will be out there.
Yeah,
So.
tell that to enemies of Steven Seagal.
Steven
hide
doesn't
somewhere.
He doesn't give it. He doesn't care. He just knows it looks cool to switch. So let's just switch every now and then. But then look, Stone Cold's running this shootout. Look how smooth that was. See, when
They don't
Seagal's
take
not involved in
covers.
the shootout, it goes well. Like it went great. They waited back there. They were in like the small area because the doorway. So like, if they're coming in, we know exactly where they're coming in at.
Yeah.
Worked out. Yeah. So Seagal does shootouts. So let's see how Seagal's shootouts go.
Please, no.
I told you, I do like that guy.
Yeah,
he's not
pretty
here.
great.
So he never told him that's where the people were. Remember, Seagal took him on a walk, so he just slams the guy's face because the Marshal didn't know where they were. Love it. Why can't Seagal ever have anything good? Nothing he does, I'm like, yeah, good job, Seagal. Like none of it.
This
Because
movie.
of the garbage truck, they must have moved them.
He slaps him because how stupid that sounds. Because of the garbage truck, they must have moved him. That's fucking stupid. So the garbage truck he's talking about it not working. They don't know about the explosion yet because they had been moved long before the explosion because Seagal moved him before he left and there was no explosion. He's talking about the trash truck not working. So they must have moved the prisoners. That is insanely stupid. He deserves that slap. It's true what he said, but it's still so stupid he deserved that slap.
That's true. That's true.
If anybody tells you, because the trash...
This is extremely.
The dumpster wasn't working, so we had to change everything.
Whoever came up with this line.
Just all of it. None of it makes sense, and nobody realizes it doesn't make sense because it's probably different people put together different things, and nobody really knew. Nobody had the whole piece together.
There is an arc with a garbage truck. We have to put it somewhere.
Well, yeah, you got to move prisoners all around. You got to play
I
musical
do have
chairs
one.
on the prisoners.
I don't want to go off topic. I feel like this hasn't come up in a while. How is the rubbish compactor going though? Has it been fixed yet? That's what I want to know.
No, it has not been fixed.
Still hasn't been fixed. So I just
No,
wanted
he
to
just
know.
left.
Oh wait, no, sorry. The compactor was never broken. They
No, I
figured
thought
that
it
out.
was- I thought it was
It was the
broken.
truck. It was the truck that was.
Oh.
Remember, because there wasn't. Because instead of dumpster
yeah.
stuff or whatever's supposed to be there, there's a team. There's a team of people with guns and explosions.
So it was just
Explosives.
jammed because of that. I thought there may have been some other factors involved. I just wondered.
No,
if it was-
apparently it was just that it wasn't really a dump truck. It was a Trojan horse. Couldn't have- Why would you put your own people in there? Like, man, if you're gonna send people in, don't put them in the Troy services. Like, fuck, and have the Trojan horse on there.
G block. Go.
Okay, he just knows the G. There's just a monitor in front of him that's G block. He's like, okay, go there.
No. The guy told him.
Well, I thought he was looking at the thing, wasn't he? Oh, I mean, he's
No, I
looking at
think
both.
I think he said they've been moved to G block. The only other place they could be is G block or some bullshit like that. He said,
And it just
Right,
happens to be looking at the guy because the guards are
Yeah.
still there. The guards apparently are still at G block, just have no idea this place is exploding. Everyone's dying.
"Yeah,
They're
it's
just
on the
working.
screen in front of him, but no one knows about it. But even though it's on the screen right in front of him, yeah, exactly."
Oh, there's Seagal. I love this. He clearly goes into the bathroom. You can see he's got the tile and the white. He just goes
Take a
into the
shit.
bathroom.
To take a
Good
shit.
job, Seagal. I mean, obviously the bathroom's going to be a dead end, right? They don't usually have two entrances to bathrooms, but good job, Seagal. That's probably the women's room. He was hoping
When
to get
you-
lucky in one of the.
When you
one
got
of
to
the
shit, you got to
stalls.
shit.
Do you still have that piece of paper with the cipher with you?
Toilet paper.
Yeah, with the cipher. It has no use anymore. It never did though.
It didn't yet have use.
Toilet paper now.
All right, boys. You enjoy the rest of this one. I need to run away.
Oh,
The toilet.
typical Redeye running away.
I know. I gotta go run away.
All right.
But we will
Okay.
chat later.
Take it easy, man.
Bye.
Is he leaving because of us? Is because it doesn't like us? Is that what's happening?
It's mostly you.
Is
yeah.
it me? Probably me, right?
Yeah, it's mostly you.
Yeah, I figured. Fathead.
A little bit of me also, I guess.
What's going on?
We have to stay low. We have to stay quiet.
This way then. This way.
This way. Come on.
Oh my God. So this is what I'm talking about. His love.
Yes, this is his girlfriend actually, and I was rooting for them to be married at the end of the
I
movie.
wasn't. I wasn't.
I was. I cared
Listen to
about
what
their
she said.
relationship more than about my own.
Listen to what she says and tell me you
Non-existent
still like her if you really listen to what she says.
I do not.
Listen to what she says and tell me how you guys feel about her.
What's going on?
We have to stay low. We have to stay quiet.
This way then. This way.
This way. Come on.
Why is she telling him which way to go? He's like, we got to get out of here. This is dangerous. We're going to die. We got to get out. Well, we need to go this way. He's like, no, we got to go. No, we need to go that way. Shut the fuck
He's
up, lady.
over controlling.
Of course
right?
you know everything. Of course you're going to boss him around. You have no idea what's going on, but she knows the right way to go. All she knows is that he's wrong.
She keeps him in the nail, on the tip of the nail.
So they must be together then. They're obviously they're married for sure.
That seems like it.
Probably.
It's another reason I think they're together because that is such a girlfriend thing to do. Be like, oh, I know what's
This
best.
is a wife's.
That's what I'm
I
saying.
have
They're
no
married.
idea what's happening, but I know it's best.
Yeah, that's some wife stuff.
Oh, switch his hands, but no fucking way. Why would you do that? Who knows?
Genius.
It would just look cool. Okay. It gets worse. It gets worse. So not only does he do that, but not only do they replay this later, they play this exact same thing but zoomed out a little bit, but they add more to it that makes it even dumber, which is hard to believe. But Seagal has a way of doing that. He opens the door. Then he must switch hands and then switch back. What the fuck is he doing? It's not like he just went in there and switched hands. He opened the door, so I had to take a hand to open the door. So he's just
letting you know he can handle a gun. He's got the moves. Look how big his shadow looks, by the way. That's accurate.
there's no reason.
Look
for
at the
him to do
vest.
that.
Look at the vest.
I know the vest going down in front of him. It's like
Look at the belly.
I think the shadow's a more accurate portrayal of his girth.
yeah, the shadow is way more accurate. But that's another reason I think he does that. I think he thinks it slims him down. Because if you have, because usually they just cover the chest, so they don't cover the belly. So I bet he would look super fat with his belly hanging out. That he probably saw that. Was like, I can't do that. This needs to be bigger. Yeah, no, this needs to be way bigger. It's too small. It's not me. It's the vest.
Agreed. I think if he covers his whole front, he can blame the extra girth on the weight of the vest and the thickness of the vest rather than his actual fat.
Is it supposed to be that long?
It's supposed to go. See where that pouch is?
Yeah.
Like the very top of the pouch is where it should end.
Yeah. Well,
roughly around there.
Is it custom made? Is it custom made or
gotta be
like
or
designed?
made for like a giant? Yeah, it's gotta be one of those big and tall stores. He's like, I'm just tall though. That's the only reason.
He's 2 meters tall.
He is tall. So maybe
He's
that's
2
what he
meters
tells me. I
tall,
go to the
bro.
big and tall store because I'm so tall, obviously.
Who can be bigger than Steven Seagal?
You mean height wise or
height wise? A lot of people,
Many
girth
people.
wise. Well, maybe Lizzo.
I mean, there's bigger, but
They are not in the military or special.
They usually have like
forces.
muscle to go with it. He seems to have no muscle. Even when he was skinny, like when you see him in, was it Hard to Kill? When he's shirtless, he does not look like he's.
Yeah.
He pulls off the I was just in a coma for 12 years. He pulls that look off very well. The scrawny,
does,
I have
yeah.
absolutely no muscle definition or mass.
Yeah,
I think this is the backstory for all of his movies.
He
From
actually
Hard
looks
to
like
Kill.
a 12-year-old boy. The
Yes,
body of a 12-year-old boy in that fucking anyway.
I like how this guy, Seagal just grabs this dude, and this guy apologizes to Seagal. This guy has no idea what's happening. Seagal just grabs his gun, slams him to a wall, and this guy apologizes.
Right.
Cross, it's me.
And she comes from out of nowhere and just slams into his stomach. It says,
Who is she?
Well, I
That
mean,
was my
they both
question.
work there, so I get that. But why does he apologize to Seagal, and why does she come up and just slam herself into his stomach?
She was in the G block. She
Yeah,
was
it's just him what's going
last,
on.
The last oblivious security from the G block who didn't know anything about what is happening around.
but the
And
reason
now she is all in the know.
That part would make sense, but then why is she backing into his stomach with her gun out, pointed at something?
because he's got a giant gut and she can't avoid it. What do you mean? I thought that part was going to be obvious. Why is she bumping into his gut? Because it's all encompassing. It's everywhere.
Well, all of this together doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how does she know something's going on? All she knows is this very obese Seagal. She calls him by name, so she must know him somehow, obviously. She probably
everybody knows him.
has his
Everyone knows
poster in her room and like looks up at it from her bed
Yeah,
every night.
Exactly. He's the man.
Oh, God damn it.
But more importantly, she's all right. The other dude's it turns out to be a bitch. I don't know if you're going to show him being a little bitch later on, but Mr. Mustache Man there.
He
turns out
dies
to be a-
pathetically. Yeah, I don't think I showed
He's
that. I don't
already
think I
like a
looked
little
him
bit
up.
of bitch.
Yeah, he's pathetic.
Something else I should also mention. I don't know if chat has mentioned this. Anyone that knows anything about jails or prisons, they don't have guns everywhere. They absolutely do not have guns everywhere. It's really hard to find guns in a prison because that's how the prisoners will get the guns. So
Yeah, from the
most of
guards,
the guards will not have guns. There might be like one place that's deep, locked up behind lots of locks in the armory, somewhere very hard to get to that will have guns. But everyone's just walking around with guns here. Like, that's normal.
But at the core, is it prison or some kind of base? Because it looks like a base.
It's
There are
military.
too many.
It's going to be any prison. I mean, it's a prison thing. Like, it doesn't
There are
matter
too
where
many
it is.
militaries and only 6 prisoners.
It's a garbage yard that has
It
cells.
makes, it doesn't make any sense.
There
I know,
are
it doesn't
hundreds
make-
of soldiers and only 6 prisoners. How many soldiers do they need?
Well, this is a black site. I mean, yeah, apparently 6, and they have 2 for the 4. I guess these 2, and with the other people must have been day shift. Where are the other 2? That's a good point. So these 2 were watching the 2 they brought here. So there seems to be an exact number of guards to inmates here because they were watching the females, I guess, and they had like 4 or 5, maybe 6. I'm thinking how many total we saw with the one that the large black inmate that attacked the guy.
I feel like we're getting off. I feel like we're getting off track from how fat and useless Seagal is.
Oh, I think everything is on track for how useless and stupid and fat he is. Trust me, we'll be back there. I show in slow motion her going into his gut. Like, dude's holding a gun. Don't like push through him. Like,
He's pointing at her. Looks like he's about to shoot her. What's he doing?
If somebody comes, I'll lay down cover fire and buy you time.
I love her acting. Like, that's the first thing she's ever said on camera, and it really shows. It really shows.
And it's still better than his acting.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not going to screw this up. I have to say things correctly, so I'm just going to sound like a robot. And we mean lay cover fire. Okay,
Just tell it. Just say it how a tough guy would say.
But I don't know. I don't know what cover fire
cover
is.
you up.
Well,
like in movies, cover fire is a guy's going to run out there and you're going to shoot around your guy who's running out there. Like, okay, that's smart. That's how you do cover fire. You almost hit the person you're trying to save. That's how it works. A normal person that knew anything about anything would be like, no, fuck you. Just go. Leave me alone. I'm getting stuff. Go away. Or call somebody. Call the military. You know, we are the military. You can probably call other military to come save us, rescue us, do something. Nah. Just shoot at people. If you see something, just start shooting.
For the record, I don't think she got that role because of her acting ability. I'd say she probably had to pass some private auditions, maybe with certain people in that movie to get her big break.
I will not listen to you slander Steve Austin like this. How dare you?
You took long enough.
Come on.
How dare you, sir?
We gave her a stone cold. Someone gave her a stone cold stunner, and it probably wasn't Steve Austin. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
But her line didn't make any sense to me.
It didn't really, no, didn't it? I mean, it made sense as long as you don't actually think about what she's saying. It's basically saying, I'm going to buy you time.
Unfortunately,
just did that, but not to cover you. Like, what do you mean cover me?
Yeah. I lay down to cover you.
I lay down cover fire.
What the fuck?
If this was like an open air, I mean, it would make so much sense in a lot of different scenarios, but not this one.
In a war where it's battlefield and you are running somewhere and somebody
you just want to keep people away from where they can hurt your people, basically.
Yeah, so they would hide instead of shooting at your body.
I was really hoping.
They try to get out of the way. They don't want to get shot, so yeah, you get them away that way. This lady, of course. I love how they do women in this movie. They're just terrible. First thing she does is lecture him.
Long enough.
I didn't go back on it.
Did you leave the shirts without the bras?
Finally, you took long enough.
Finally, you took long enough. Fuck you, lady. He was at a bar, okay, with these chicks desperate for that hot Seagal ass. He left them to come see you, you stuck-up bitch.
Also, what you've got on the screen right now is a perfect skill. Look at that, like the chub that's just kind of oozing at the side there. He's got like two faces.
It's hard to do that. Yeah, it's hard to do that.
And then like a second layer of like chins that are surrounding his real face. It's well done.
I mean, we're just gonna ignore that he's wearing sunglasses in the dark.
Oh, you look exactly like him.
Ignore that part. I don't know if those are supposed to be shooting glasses, but they do not look like it. They look like they're just making it harder to see.
That was during his when he was teaching Anderson Silva and MMA era Seagal. This was so, yeah, very much so.
So stupid. They're supposed to be like the shooting ones are supposed to be yellow. Like it's not supposed to make it darker, but those clearly make it darker.
They're all right, yeah.
Your file. Someone is phoning it up.
Okay, he said I took a look at your file. He did not take a look at her file. When did he look at her file? We saw what he did. He went to the place. He went to the bar. And then he realized, oh, shit, I got to get back there. Things are happening. And then he hurried back here and has been doing this ridiculous walking around pointing guns at everything, not having any idea what he's doing. He never looks at her file. He's full of shit. He didn't have
he had one job. He had one job to bring them in prison. So he doesn't even know who they were.
The only time it would have made sense to look at her file would have been before he brought her in. Before he brought her in. That would have made sense.
To know whom he is dealing with.
We didn't see him go get the file. Is he just keeping the file on him at all times? Why would he do that? Where would he be keeping it? I mean, there's a lot of places I guess he could be keeping it. There's a lot of places to hide stuff on him.
Let's be real. Steven Seagal has a lot of things to do rather than looking at some files and boring stuff.
Like threatening this Asian lady like he does many times. Oh, boy. I'll try it. Kiori Minamaya. Does it hurt to do that voice you do in your videos? Does not hurt in the slightest. No. Blake Rackley. Knight takes Bishop. Space Ice. Do you ever feel your close viewing of Seagal's films has ultimately damaged your intelligence? It undoubtedly has. I see the world through a whole new prism now of somebody who's been deeply, deeply scarred.
This is the proficiency, like downside of the proficiency.
Well, there's some good sides. It makes a lot of movies seem really good. Neil Breen's. they seem less bad, but a lot of movies, like we were talking about beforehand, I don't know if Steve Austin's actually really good in this or Steven Seagal's in this, and we're so used to Seagal that it just looks Oscar award winning. I'll never know because I've been damaged beyond repair.
You can't go back. You can't look and watch.
That innocence has been lost forever.
With them, or you're with me.
Yeah, those are the two options. I mean, he should have looked at her file. He didn't think to look at her file. He's talking about the other lady, who, again, we don't know why she's there. Nobody mentions anything about why she's there. We know she's with the bad guys, but why did you bring her there, Seagal? Why?
Well, there's two reasons. Two reasons.
Okay, I'm looking at them. Yeah, you can kind of see them. They're mostly covered, but yeah.
Yeah, but they're there. They're there still. They're subtle, but they're there.
They're there. Oh yeah, they let them out. We're supposed to be scared of him, but we saw him get his ass handed to him by Seagal, so we're not threatened.
Yeah.
We're just frightened of him.
Yes, he does not look intimidating.
You can just double slap his face and he's gonna die, so.
He can do shit.
And after listening to these guys later on talking as they have their own little lines, I stand by my thing that this is a special needs prison. I never question that. That makes so much more make sense. Then this lady gives her story, which, okay, seems like a complete Seagal. Oh, let's make a cool story. This will be so badass, and it's basically the same shit he does. Trash shit.
Trash for a non-U.S. intelligence agency.
Again, she doesn't say her country, a non-U.S. intelligence agency. That's how people usually talk. Usually people either say they're from U.S. or non-U.S. They don't actually say what their country they're from.
My contact on my last job was a CIA op. My contact.
My contact was a...
He works for a non-U.S. intelligence agency, which is a CIA, I guess? Okay. It sounds like a U.S. intelligence agency. She should have said a U.S. non-intelligent agency. That would have made it at least somewhat make sense. But she's trying to say the CIA isn't a U.S. intelligence agency. Okay, so I'm already confused, and she's only halfway through it.
Was assassinated, and then all channels went dark. I got away, and then I got picked up, and then I ended up here. I got one message from my handlers: sit tight because there was some kind of internal problem.
I am so confused. What is Seagal? Now would be a good time for Seagal to say how he got involved in this.
Yeah,
because
there's no connection at all.
I know I'm here. Half of that involves Seagal. At least part of that involves Seagal because he brought her here for some reason.
Yes, but why?
He could maybe clear some up if he brought his intel that he had. If he doesn't know, I don't know. Maybe he's the one that. Maybe that was him.
Who does he work for again?
In the park. That would follow. That would track for Seagal.
Who's Seagal's employer again? Do we got to the bottom of that yet? Or
no, they never tell us. All we know is he's contracted.
So he's someone.
You only know that because the warden says something like, "Oh, you military contractors are all the same." Just the only reason he says that is to tell us.
His employee is nation.
Yeah, so the U.S. government, the federal government, he's contracted, but that's all we know. Which is so insane that he's there to shut down the prison. He's bringing in prisoners like he's arresting them, or if it's a prison, they should be convicted. So who the fuck knows?
They upload the information onto an implant.
Where's the implant?
Obviously, it's in her boob. Obviously.
Yeah, I've seen those before.
I'm sure you have. I'm sure you've seen those before. Like Sensei Seagal was saying, that's why you got the job. He's seen both of those before.
Surprised it wasn't on her ass, the implant.
There's one on my ass and one on my chest. That's how it is. But luckily, we get away from just the stupid and get to some of the fun stupid.
We know you got some women back there. Just give us one.
I'm gonna have a field day with that when it comes time to make a video, but yeah.
Well, the first thing is they don't even have a gun at this point. Seagal's pointing a rifle at them and they're trying to make demands.
Yep, I know.
They're like, all right, tell you what, you give us one. Okay. I mean, later a guy comes with a gun, but he's not either of them. And he comes around the corner and okay, yeah, you take one. Then they give a counter proposal, which is great too.
Or you can fuck her yourself and just give us your keys.
Yeah.
How about he just gives you the keys? Why does Seagal have to do that? Like, it seems like you just give us the keys and we'll leave.
Well, he's enticing him. He's like, listen, we'll leave you alone. Just give us the keys. You can fuck these bitches and we'll go.
But yeah, we all know Seagal can do that and was probably going to do that anyways.
Correct.
Like, you don't have to say that, fellas. He was already thinking it. But it's weird. It's like
you can
like
fuck.
They'll let you. I'm trying not to say the word because of YouTube. Bang her.
I forgot.
Oh no,
I've said it so many times.
it's the R that I'm more worried about.
Oh,
yeah.
Save.
Okay, yeah.
I got a better idea. Why don't you fuck your mama when you pet poodles?
Son of a bitch.
I'll give him that though.
Give him that. You'll give him that.
It's a great line.
Is it a great line? Is it a great line? Oh, that's the guy that comes around the gun that comes out later. But we got
Can
to
you
hear
repeat
that
it?
again.
Can you repeat it slow?
I can't repeat it slow, but we will hear this again. I'm trying to go back just a little bit. We're gonna hear a lot of it.
Just give us one.
The whole thing. Oh God! Listen to.
Or
He thinks he's so badass for saying this. You know he thinks he's so badass for this.
I got a better idea. Why don't you fuck your mama when you pet poodles?
Fuck your mama and pet poodles. What is between
And one
those?
of your pet poodles.
Yeah, dog.
Oh, and one of your pet poodles.
Yeah.
Oh my God! He's, you know, he wrote that himself, and is thinking this is so badass. Everyone that sees this is gonna be like, "Oh damn, fucking got him!" But no, Seagal just looks like a damn idiot with that. Like, oh my God, that is something where if a 7th grader said that, you'd be like, "Dude, no, come up with something else. We're in 7th grade now, son. You got to do better than that."
He could have just stopped it after, go and fuck your mum, and then not even had to throw the pet poodles in, and it would have been all good.
Is needlessly stupid and elaborate.
Yeah, it would have been
It was
fine.
one of the best
But if he
one-liners
doesn't have a pet poodle,
out of many of his movies.
what if he has a wiener dog? Like, does that count? Like, it seems like you could come back with a lot more things if you just throw needless things out there. Even just saying dog is less specific and be easier to get away with.
How does he know that she has poodles and not like Pomeranians or Dalmatians?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
there's
very specific. You're right.
maybe they're just trying to get a back and forth going. You ask for too much because you're not going to get it. So it's just like a negotiation tactic. He's like, well, I don't want to bang a poodle. That's not really my thing. But I'll tell you what I will do. Gill. I feel like Seagal is not into proofreading of his scripts. Maybe I'm wrong. You're wrong with the proof part.
You're wrong because you can't read.
Just put read and end it there. And that's
about his scripts also wrong.
He pays someone to read it for him. His stunt double reads it for him.
I don't think he goes off scripts. He just says what he thinks is cool. And that's why everything's stupid.
Well, if you notice, a lot of his lines end up with, "Come on, man, what's going on, man?" That's not how they write scripts.
They are just like words to stall while you're thinking of something to say.
Yeah, that's not how they write scripts.
What's going on?
Oh, there's the guy with the gun. He is so happy. I've never seen somebody come around in a hostage negotiation and start firing who's been so happy like this guy. My only guess is he saw Seagal shooting because Seagal brings out some of the best shooting. Oh, God, the shooting is good. Look at that. Look at both of those. Not only is the stock way above him, he's holding his gun like up here for some reason. Like he thinks the guy's going to shoot it at the gun like the gun's a person. So if he holds it out, the guy will shoot at the gun. But what is that light? That's clearly that flashlight. It's supposed to be the gun. It crosses
muzzle flash.
A completely flat line, like muzzle flash.
It is also masked because they.
This is terrible editing. His eyes are closed. It's way above him. It's way out to the side.
He's got the Michael Jackson's got the peekaboo method of boxing. Seagal's got the peekaboo method of shooting.
Michael Jackson has peekaboo method of boxing.
Mike Tyson. Sorry.
Oh, well, I want to hear about Michael Jackson's boxing.
Michael Jackson did too, by the way. A little known fact: he was pretty dangerous in the ring, old Mickey Jacko back in the day. But I met Mike Tyson.
Large and muscly, if I know Michael Jackson. God, he does this. Look how high that gun is.
This is perfect because the editor knows what we need. We need Steven's facial expression, right? We get it.
Oh, he does. Look at him.
We also need.
He's like flinching as he's shooting. God,
even though he's not really shooting.
He's firing it above him. He's supposed to think he's aiming. And he runs out he just runs out into the middle for no reason. Like, I know I got this cover here. You can't shoot me. I'm just going to run out to the middle. Sure. That's so smart. I'm not aiming anyways, and the gun's just bouncing everywhere. I'm probably going to shoot one of the girls on accident, but who cares? Whatever. I'm Steven Seagal.
He's tacked up.
Did you see that? They shoot at him, watch him dodge.
Yeah.
Now, if you were right by the wall, Seagal, that would have been a lot better. But remember, you ran away from the wall for some reason? So he goes behind cover, then doesn't realize the cover is not there.
Did I get
told you, the stupid just starts and it accelerates. His radio just falls. just falls. He's because of the way he's shooting, I guess. They're not used to people doing the wacky inflatable arm man while they're shooting. Usually you keep your arms still, but his arms are just going everywhere, so his radio just falls out. I don't think we've ever seen that radio before. Like, he has a different radio we've seen him talk on. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He has another radio. He talks on another radio later.
Necessary for plot development, though.
Yeah, it's very necessary, but it falls out like towards them. Like it slides towards them. I don't quite get it.
Convenient.
And then he just comes. Who is Seagal shooting at right now? Because that guy, he just comes up from behind like a horror victim or horror from villain, horror movie. All happy with that big smile, like gotcha. And Seagal's having a shootout with nobody right now. Good job, Seagal. And he's like, oh man, who am I shooting at?
They didn't have weapons, right? The first place. Why did he hide?
One of them had a gun. Remember the one with the big smile ended up coming out with the gun? He should have shot him before he did that.
One guy had a gun, but he's got a semi-automatic rifle and a bunch of tactical. He surely has grenades on there. I mean, it could have been over in 5 seconds.
Just the rifle, if he knew how to aim, it would have been over immediately.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
You have a rifle, you're going to be okay, if you know what you're doing and you have a rifle, you will be extremely accurate and it'll take one shot.
Steven Seagal, though.
If you're that guy with whatever that gun is, we don't know how he got that gun, but it looked like a little short barrel. Like, he's just praying he hits Seagal, which he's quite large. So I get why Seagal thought he might get hit. There's a lot of mass there. But Seagal should have been able to end that in 1 second. Literally, up, bang, you're dead.
He is a self-proclaimed master shooter, by the way.
Which is why I give him so much shit for his shooting. If he was just a guy, it wouldn't be nearly as funny. Same thing with his weight. If he didn't try and like bullshit us that he's not overweight, like all the chicks are so into him. He does all these climbing, this parkour, these jump spin kicks. Yeah.
Wait, you are saying it is bullshit?
No, it's real.
No,
he just doesn't
understand.
He just
real.
Yeah.
100% real.
Santa Claus is real, man. Santa Claus.
I love how she attacks her and
she uses the
radio.
She hits her with the radio. Apparently that was what the thing was about. She was going to hit him with the radio.
Oof. Dangerous weapon. All those murders that happen with walkie-talkies in America, right? And all over the world.
I mean, without that radio, it would have been impossible to track her.
The only thing I get is she communicates with the other people through the radio, which is so confusing. Why are they on the same frequency?
Yeah, well, let's give her credit and assume she found the right frequency. Since when is a radio like the ultimate weapon in a movie all of a sudden now that it's such a key part of the plot line that...
I think this was an excuse so she could have a radio because she communicates with the other villains. I guess nobody was going to ever bring that up or question that. I never even thought about that until I made this video that she has a radio now because there's so much stupid to go around. You can't. It's almost like The Foreigner. You lose track of so much of the stupid because you can only hold so much. So the more you put in, stuff just starts falling out. Like, I love that. That's how he blocks. Seagal does have a rifle, and the guy's, I think, some sort of shank, some sort of prison-made shiv. He's trying to stab him, which he does like he's
slapping him.
Body chop, yeah. And then Seagal just does the oh my gosh. He does the oh my gosh move to block it.
It's like in Jim Carrey, those short videos where he was a karate teacher.
Yeah,
you're attacking me wrong.
That is a pretty good. Yeah, I think of Seagal when I think of that, where he's teaching the knife attack, and they end up like stabbing the crap shit out of him because he's just like, no, you're supposed to stand back there. Take 2 steps back. Now do it. Ah, shit. No, not you. Him. He's got small arms. After he kills that guy or something, who cares what happens then? But then he runs out there and gives us this. God, look at the flashes.
It's all over the shop.
What the fuck is happening?
Did I put it in there? You could see one.
It looks like a gun. If you go back, it actually looks like a machine gun, that muzzle flash, like facing to the left. I don't know if we can get that again.
So I think there's a flashlight on there that does some of the shots. It's a flashlight.
Okay.
He does have a flashlight on there. Oh, like this one. Why is there a flash so far from the gun? You have the gun. I mean, the only thing I can imagine is the camera is so fast, it can catch light in motion. So the light's on its way, and it's catching the light there. That is how
he holds the rifle.
He's faster than the light.
So, okay.
Do
you see how he handles the rifle?
Like this. He holds it like this. This is how you hold a rifle. That's how they teach you in Navy SEAL school.
Accurate, yeah.
Yeah. But look, the editor's like, nobody fucking cares. Whatever. Look how it's just bouncing everywhere. He gets an automatic shotgun later, and oh, it is magnificent. It is magnificent. Don't worry, we'll get to it.
That one there, that looks like a gun.
Look at that punching. He thinks that looks good. Look who he's punching.
Kung Fu.
Anyone that knows how to punch would be so ashamed of that.
He's drawing on his Ip Man skills from his attrition era.
It does look like a little man. That's the one thing I don't like about those movies. It looks like they put nothing on those punches. Like there's no weight into them.
There isn't.
And that's how that was. Like, oh God. Now, this is a nitpick. Usually they were doing good, but this is just terrible tactics. Brent Foster, he's the good-looking guy that does the martial arts.
He's an Aussie, man. Fellow Aussie.
Oh, is he? He's also in Force of Execution. He's the guy who Seagal breaks his hands. Oh, my God. Seagal breaks his hands to keep him safe. It is so stupid. We'll get to that movie eventually. My God. He's like a son to Seagal. So Seagal, oh, God. He breaks his hands to keep him safe and then has a guy that has to tie him up to fix his hands and beat it with a hammer and score. It's insane. Anyways, he's done this in multiple Seagal movies where he's like the younger, good-looking guy that can fight. While Seagal
he needs that. Yeah.
Anyways, he's pointing a gun right at this guy's head. Usually they don't want you to do that. Everyone has their back because obviously behind Stone Cold, there's a light coming in from there. You can see there's light coming in there because of the shadows. So yeah, they just have their back to an entrance. Nobody fucking cares. This is just garbage. Very minor compared to the Seagal complaints, but it's really not hard to make him not look stupid doing like some sort of military clearing.
I assume you must have some sort of military background because you're very much into the gun side of everything. So
I have some knowledge. We'll just say I have some knowledge.
Okay.
You watched a lot of action movies.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of Seagal movies. We'll just leave it at that.
So you're well equipped. You're knowledgeable. Highly knowledgeable then, I can see.
Well, the only guy looking backwards is on the opposite side. So if there's a threat back there, he's got to shoot through all his guys. It's just so stupid. You just need one person to be like, just go in the straight line. That's how they do it. You don't fucking go to four corners of a room and then not look in three other directions and point your guns at each other instead. Good job.
Happy to see a familiar face.
Man in contact!
Blah, 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 blah.
Okay, now Seagal's getting stupid.
I heard fat mumbling. That's all I heard. Blah, 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 blah.
He said, Manning, contact 12. Meaning contact at 12 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, when you do that, it's supposed to be to the person you're talking to. So 12 o'clock is behind Seagal. So Seagal just told them the complete wrong direction.
Yeah,
But
I
Seagal
also
doesn't
heard
know that
those
'cause he's
only
fucking
boom, boom,
stupid.
boom, boom.
It's Seagal's 12. He should have said my 12 or just in front of me or contact because he would have known where you're looking at is probably where the contact is. That would make sense. But they're talking to each other. So
In fairness, though, you seem to be the only one that understood him. The rest of us just heard mumble fat. So it
thank
makes
you,
sense.
Castillo.
That,
I appreciate it. So subtitles. Luckily, well, the funny thing is this was on Amazon Prime Video,
Yeah.
but then it got taken off between because I like started this one day and finished it the other day and got off there like that midnight or something. So I went to Tubi because they have a lot of those. There's a lot of free Seagal movies. So I go to subtitles for so much of what Seagal says because a lot of the stuff is just
mumbling.
It is like it's like somebody with food in their mouth just.
yeah, half the fun is not actually
It's
knowing.
more-
Like,
That's more of Redeye's impression of Seagal, but that's That's but it's completely wrong. They just need one person. There's a lot of people that have been in the military. There's a lot of people that have been in the military that could just tell them these very basic things. This isn't deep advanced Navy SEAL tactics. This is like everybody knows this. Everybody learns this super early.
the official name for that dialogue, by the way, or dialect, is mumble fat. Just like you got mumble rap, it's mumble fat.
Mumble
That's
fat.
what-
That checks out. I like they're getting in on it. Like they're getting in on the Seagal shooting. He's like spinning it in a circle like he's stirring a pot. Oh, Seagal with his, look at me. The gun's way out there. He's shooting up. I don't know who the fuck is 9 feet tall that he's shooting at, but he's shooting up at somebody.
Great editing. Look how gloomy and doomy it looks.
A lot of smoke.
Yeah.
I was gonna bring that up in the freezer scene. Like they have a freezer scene that looks like it's a Halloween house. Like somebody's just pouring dry ice in there. But yeah, there's You'll get smoke from guns, but not that. That also looks like a Halloween house, like a haunted house that you'd have.
Tell Cross and Management everything's clear down here. Tell them you have the girl.
It's a truck! Mayday!
That burrito guy, like, there's no reason for him to be in this movie.
He's my man. He's my man. I mocked him earlier, but he
goes out like a boss. He really does.
I was gonna drop I was gonna do the Denzel and drop the N word, but I won't do it. But I'm just saying, like my man, like my man.
I mean, it was stupid. I don't know why he did it. I figure there's got to be like some code or something that let him know something's up without actually saying like "Mayday, Mayday, go, go, go." But he's not very bright. He saw how happy he was for a frozen burrito. So
yeah, but the man's got principles and he's got morals. I can respect that. He's got a goofy face.
No, he went out like a boss. Like he kind of fucked up to have the girlfriend or whoever that was die. She probably has a family. But no, who cares? It's all about you and your frozen burritos.
Well, she was
Mendez.
Sorry, she was his girlfriend, bro.
So, Space Ice, you know well that Steven Seagal will never have a Special Forces guy to help him on set. That's the thing. It's not Special Forces. I know you're making fun of him because he claims to be Special Forces.
There can be only one
halfway
guy
through basic training. They need someone who got kicked out of basic training halfway through could probably tell him, you're doing all this wrong.
Don't forget who's been training the Jefferson Parish, whatever people for so long back in the day, and now the Russian Special Forces. So
yeah, I know. So Russia's going to surrender any day now. Sorry, Alex, but they're going to surrender any day now.
Yeah, waiting for it.
There's no way they're taking them seriously. They all have to be like, this is a joke. This is hilarious. Like
that's probably
why
be
sarcastic training.
Well, there's a bit of a joke that some people. I made a joke that that's the reason why the war's gone on so long is because Seagal's trained him. I just did a Russian Bushido video about all these ex-Spetsnaz guys that are doing hocus pocus, and it's Seagal fits in perfectly with all of them. Let's just say he fits in perfectly.
There are a lot of contactless fighters.
Yeah, there's a lot of Russian Bushido.
Space Ice was the Major General of Space Force. Obviously, that does match. That does fit.
What's Safety Ice? Is that like Space Ice?
Space Force? You don't know what Space Force is?
The message. He spelled your name wrong, so I was just being a dick.
Oh yeah, I know. Did he?
He
did, but I corrected because he was complimenting me. So if it's not a compliment, I usually won't, and I'll make fun of him. But if they're correct or they're complimenting me, I'll make them look good.
So I was wondering who's
I'm very shallow that way.
That's all right.
I forgot what I was gonna say, but it probably doesn't matter. Oh, you've seen that guy? There's like a guy on YouTube who's like he does almost like satirical martial arts. It's like he seems like he's going to real classes.
Master Ken?
Yes, Master Ken. Like I think it's like that thing. Like you can tell people believe it at first, but then they start laughing because it's so stupid what he's saying to do.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that is what he's the Master Ken of Russia.
Yeah.
Mess with me, I'll catch her eyes out with my fingers.
I like that. I like her. You didn't need to say with her fingers. It just sounds like, wow, that's creepier. Just say gouge her eyes out is enough. Like, okay.
She got sass. I like it.
It does, yeah, no. She threatens with better stuff later, too. Look at these guys. How do you miss him? So, Alex, I know you didn't have watch wrestling or whatever back when he was he's massive. He's not a little guy. Yeah. He's not quite Seagal size, but he's a big dude. They just walked right by him. It's not like he's cast in the corner.
Two
half his
instances
body
where
is right in front of them.
Where he hid behind the wall. First, right after the explosion, when they came out.
Yeah.
Well,
he just stood there behind a box.
So obvious,
just stood there. And now
Even here, no one bothers to just turn around. Like when you're scoping a place, do you not turn around as well, or do you just look in front of you and you don't look just there's no peripheral vision going on when you're checking a room, or am I wrong?
They're looking for him. They're looking for him in that room.
So you turn around,
you just march on forward. You just fuck it. I know where I'm going, and I'm going fast.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ruckus, for joining. Ruckus is now a member of the Space Ice.
Ruckus, well done, mate. Causing a ruckus.
Bro, Ruckus. Now you're a bro. But anyways, yeah, they missed Steve Austin because he's so small and tiny and not even really hidden. I'll see if I show it again.
They are too afraid of him to find him.
I know this looks cool. It is cool, but we're gonna have to go back because you're gonna have to see just how absurd it is that they missed him. Oh man, I hate this little player that they have on this. Nah, fuck it. You guys get the point. It's bad. It's bad. Okay, so oh my god, it's so cool what just happened. Well, I mean, it is cool. You saw all the frost in that freezer. Like freezers do not get that frosty. Guy shooting, automatic. Gets this guy's on fire, screaming. The guy yelled, and then the other guy had the automatic that got killed. They don't know where he is still, and they're in the kitchen. The other guys don't even know where he is. They're like, wait a second. You see him. He's like, wait a minute.
Where did he get the spray can from?
And he
though?
looked at the other guy and he's like, I think down here. There was
No.
there was like
It
100
was
rounds
just
of
the wind.
fire. The guy's screaming, and the guy's like, hey guys, let's check out this place. Let's check out here.
It was just the wind.
No one explains where he got the spray can from. I mean, I'm guessing.
No, it does not show. I tried to find out what the spray can was, where he got it from.
No.
He just has it. He
Just
just
comes out of
has
the-
it.
Well,
He's back there
technical.
behind it. He doesn't grab it from the stove or anything. He
Yeah,
has
he
it when
has
he's
it.
holding back there. He just pops out with it.
So my
And then it's
question
gone.
is that standard tactical, standard issue tactical, equipment for American soldiers?
No,
or-
this is Steve Austin. He's just a genius. He's like an inventor genius. This is like Home Alone if Home Alone was awesome.
So he's MacGyver basically, but better.
He's
Like MacGyver.
No,
mixed-
he's
mixed
Kevin.
with,
He's
Kevin
Kevin
McAllister.
McAllister. That is who he is. Yeah, Steve Austin is tiny compared to Sensei Seagal.
Someone's asking the
Unfortunately,
name of
that's
the
probably
film.
true now.
Name of the film is Maximum Conviction. Whoever's asking, someone's asking. What the
Oh,
film's
yeah, it's Max. No, it's Home Alone.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so they still
Oh,
don't know where he is.
And
There was
now
all
the
that.
prop.
The guy's on fire. Who knows where he is? Who knows? Who knows?
This is the scene. They have this in every movie, by the way, where someone sets up a projectile that they smash the back of it, and it's blah 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 blah.
I
Every
know about
fucking movie.
Every movie. That seems. I mean, it was in Home Alone. Yes, he does kill one of the guys like
A
that.
lot of movies. It's in a lot of
It
movies.
is in Seagal's. What is that one where he's got the daughter? He takes on vacation. Shadow Man. It's in Shadow Man. When he sets up the. Remember, he locks him in that basement. He's like, "Oh well, look, I have an old school xylophone or so stupid. The shotgun shells, and I have all these weird
Yes.
things. I have a
Yes, that's
acetylene
right.
torch. Like, okay, what were they doing in here?
Is MacGyver. That was MacGyver right there. That
Weird little room. Thank you, Sensei Seagal, for the proper pronunciation. Well, it's ruckus, so that's what I'm saying. Cause a ruckus. Anyways, I mean, this is somewhat legit. What he does, like, you will never get that kind of aim. It would probably just like nail him, and even when it sent him flying, it'd be like he would take him out. His ass would just drop.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you guys have ever seen something like that. Like I've seen like they had a little oxygen cylinder. The thing broke off and it like shot up into the roof. Like so that's you're not aiming it though. It's not going in a straight line. It's going wherever the fuck it wants. But that's somewhat believable.
But movie stuff,
Yeah, movie stuff. So I mean, I'll buy it.
Close.
You okay?
Oh, I go fast to it, but she beats the.
You like that shit?
Yeah,
Fuck, baby.
which is hilarious. I mean, I don't know what
beats
he's doing.
Austin's ass.
Yeah, that annoyed me because it should have taken him about 5 seconds to realize she was dirty. All right, maybe she gets 1 or 2 hits in until he realizes that she was crooked. But then he
Yeah,
just
that's what they
ragdolled her
do.
after that.
They're like, well, we can't make it that stupid. Like she can't just beat him up. So like she's beating him up for like 20 seconds, and he's
Yeah.
like,
This is
"Wait
more
a minute, what are you
unbelievable.
doing?" And then she knocks him out.
This is more unbelievable than Van Damme beating Bolo Yan.
Whoa, oh, man, dude,
Twice.
he was doing okay. He was doing okay.
Yeah, but at some point,
This is
she would have hit him
unbelievable.
once with the stick. She may have kicked him in the nuts, but then at that point, he's just picking her up and ragdolling her. And then it's game over. I don't care what weapon she's got at that point.
Yeah,
It's-
but that's how
he
they have
wants-
to do it. They're like, well, I mean, it helps Seagal. I mean, not Seagal, it's Austin. Like he's into it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they do have
What kind of
history.
woman?
My kind of woman. Yeah, no, he's all about that.
Yeah.
Weird it took him so long to realize it, though.
Think you're going to enjoy yourself, baby cakes? I don't.
Why would he say it like that? So he's like, hey, what he says is, "You think you're gonna enjoy yourself, baby cakes?"
Yeah.
I don't. Like, you think you're gonna enjoy this? No, it's gonna be terrible. I smell really bad, and there's no muscle under here. This is just fat under here. I look disgusting naked. You're gonna hate this.
Whoever wrote that thought it was a. Well, do you feel lucky? Do you feel lucky, punk? That was their version of that.
It's
That was their
kind of
version
like that, yeah.
That was a
But
Steven
nobody would
Seagal
talk
ripoff
about
version.
themselves like that. They'd be like, "This is going to be the best, 4.5 seconds ever for you." Like they would not insult themselves.
God damn.
Hey, fuckhead over here!
I do like her. I really like her.
So do I.
I mean, I know people don't like that she beats up two guys who are massive, but I love the attitude of, hey, fucker, even though that guy's way bigger than her and almost kills her. I love the attitude.
I think she'd be a great shag. I'm just going to throw it out there.
And then she does a Seagal. She does a Steven Seagal. She does the double head slap.
Yes.
They've been training together.
Well, you can call it training if you want. Yeah.
And then she does the Cobra, like, okay. Here they just have that there. They just have this thing you turn and it shoots steam out. Cool. I don't know why that's there, but it's there. Who cares? It's there.
It's from right from Commando.
And luckily it was.
It's got like, she got the Seagal of, well, she kicks the guy in the nuts. Seagal loves kicking guys in the nuts. What is that movie with the...
Can't lift his leg any higher.
The gangster movie.
Out for Justice?
No, it's one of these later ones. It's got Griffin in it. Oh my God, his son was murdered. Urban Justice. That's what it is. Urban Justice.
How the hell do you remember the
It's
name
hard
of the
when there's
movie?
so many of them. It's so hard when there's so many. I forgot where I was even going with that, but that's what we got. So just so you guys know, he has a movie called Urban Justice, and I totally lost where I was going with that, but it was going to be great. But now you guys know another movie. So anyways, so she's like, he's half Seagal with, the nut kicks. He kicks a guy 12 times in the nuts. Hit the final fight he does with the guy.
Yeah.
He just kicks him repeatedly 12 times in the nuts. That's the final fight scene.
Yeah,
so
that's
stupid.
an alpha move.
Oh God, he loves nut kicks. He loves nut kicks.
This
And
is the
that's what she
highest you
did
can
the
get.
nut kick, and then she did the double head slap, which would just be like, "What are you doing?" Is all somebody would say if you did that. Like that's kind of annoying. And shoots him with steam in the face, so she's got like the Steven Seagal, Steve Austin match going on, like a little bit of both. Oh yeah. If you'll remember, that's how Steven Seagal beat him. He had the metal. He took the wood from him and beat him in the courtyard.
Yeah, and we also get to see why she's in this movie again right now.
Again, yeah.
Yeah.
Again, Steven Seagal. She does the Seagal move. Like this was all like layered on there. I don't want to say Seagal's like Stanley Kubrick because that would be doing Seagal a disservice. But I think he was hitting Stanley Kubrick levels here. Yes, Steven Seagal right now is what she's doing. This is deep. This movie is deep.
God damn.
We got kills. We got the kill switch thing earlier. It's the same universe. Oh, man,
ESU, baby. ESU.
Oh, this is one of those lines where when you think about it, it gets so much weirder. I can get to, okay. Listen to this line. Oh, man.
I'm gonna give you something to think about. You see, you're lucky. I was gonna kill you and cut the chip out. But now I know I can't do that. So you're not gonna die just yet. Not before I get that data scan out of you. When I do, guess where I'm gonna stick this?
Okay, so there's a few things there.
Oh my.
One, if you're taking a hostage, you don't want to escape, don't tell him I can't kill you. Like, no matter what, you need to stay alive. You can't die. So like when you're holding like a gun to her head, she's like not very scared. You're like, I know you can't kill me because then you won't get your money. Beyond that, what she said about once I kill you, where do you think I'm going to stick this? Okay. Now, when you think about that,
it's pretty obvious.
I'm thinking threesome with Seagal, the first thing I think of.
Close, Mr. Gore. Close. But when you think about that, when she kills her, like, and they're still there, people are going to be wondering, what the fuck are you doing? Like, she's taking her pants off. Like, that's not something you do quick. She's got to, like, work things off. And she's like, God, really got to... They're going to be like, lady, we don't got time for this. What are you doing?
Job to do.
We need to go. We're on the military base. The military's going to be here. What the fuck are you doing?
I don't know the company that you keep, but I mean, I'm just saying, around me, that's pretty normal. No one's really going to question that kind of behavior.
So in Thailand, they'll do that.
Well, I meant more just in my world in general, but yeah, you know, each to their own, I guess.
Okay, Becky, there's two places. They're both the same. They're both just equally as weird. So where is she sticking it? There are multiple places. It's not her mouth. I'll tell you that one. I'll eliminate one of the places.
Nostril.
What about nose? Yeah, nose.
She's definitely not getting ear fucked.
That would take longer. I think that would take longer. Trying to get that in her nose. How are you gonna stretch your nose out? Like, good luck with that. That would be even harder. That would take on even more time. She'd be like, okay, this is gonna take like a day and a half. Like, guys, come pick me up tomorrow. I'm just thinking realistically, how is she gonna do that? I would call her out on that and be like, no, that's gonna take you forever to do any of those things. No, you're not gonna do it.
I'm gonna get nasty.
And the U.S. Marshal guy, he doesn't take any shit. He would not be waiting for that. So
he might be into that.
He's not. No, he seems normal. He's not from Thailand, sir. Oh yeah, I love that because they CGI him. And it's not CGI, but it's like an obvious green screen. They couldn't get him into a room. Like, where is he? Where is he that they had to green screen him?
Somewhere in Eastern Europe.
We've seen this place exist where they're filming. Like, the place behind him definitely exists. Did he do this from home? Did he, like, just leave like he tends to do? And, like, we need this one more scene of you kicking in the door. He's like, well, fuck you, I ain't coming back. Okay, just do it in your hotel room. I don't care. Is there going to be...
Really, in this frame?
Is there going to be an Asian lady under 21? If you send her, I'll do it. It's like, fuck, okay. That's the only thing I can imagine.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a green screen. Looks legit.
It doesn't look like a green screen behind him?
Yeah, it does look legit.
It does.
Did
or
you
does
see?
not?
Don't know. I'd have to see the original footage, but I mean, it could be.
Well, look at this.
It is original.
Watch it again.
It
Watch
isn't
him.
there.
Watch how he moves in the background. You don't think that looks? You think that looks like?
Okay, it could be. Yeah.
It is real.
No, it could be fake. I don't know.
No, it's 100% not real.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up now because you guys.
Alex is just trying to be in timeout. He's just being he's just being an instigator right now. That's what he's doing. Think about what you did. He's being an instigator. I'm not standing for that. Are you looking something up now?
I was gonna, but it's all right. I was gonna look up. I had the thing on my phone. I was gonna look up the scene on my phone and see if I could find it, but it's all right. Not the time and place. Alex is gone now, so it's Alex has been cut out, is he?
Well, he said some hurtful things.
He did. He'll learn. He'll have to learn. He has to learn somehow.
Now he's typing. I totally guarantee you this is his typing. I just know. You can just tell by the way he types. It's him typing.
Yeah, it is for sure.
That is not how a person types.
What the fuck are you guys doing, huh? Get to the extraction point. Go!
I love how they have him like an angry dad or a scout leader. They don't say anything. He's like, what are you guys doing? Get out of here, you rascals. Like they're playing hide and seek or something. Yeah. Like, what are they doing? Why are they coming up to him? Like, I don't have much more other than that. It just seemed really weird. Like, this is someone's angry dad. Like, you're at your friend's house and his dad's kind of a dick and you're like, oh shit, you run into him and just yells at you and you're like, oh shit.
He has some serious problems.
Kind of like how you're dealing with Alex when you put him in timeout.
Yeah, no, I have to get out of line, man.
Angry daddy.
Kids these days. I don't know where his parents are. All right. I forgot. Oh, this line is where I was talking about the guy takes no shit from anybody. Like he's not sitting around waiting for her to stick that stake in any of her holes.
Mm.
The next
what
part.
What the fuck are you guys doing, huh? Get to the extraction point. Go!
Sorry. They're all saying sorry to run by.
Okay, Warden. You were great.
It wasn't that part, but I'm just glad he died because I hate that guy so much. I'm so glad he's dead.
God damn you.
The implant is just below her left breast.
One of the best people in the whole prison.
The warden.
You're broken up about the warden. I'm sure you are.
She'll scan her to get it out.
Just shut the fuck up for 5 minutes.
See? She's telling him how to get it out. He's like, shut the fuck up. Yeah,
Don't
he ain't
tell me
waiting
how
for her
to
to stick anything in anybody. No, he's leaving.
Yeah.
As soon as he gets what he wants, he's leaving. Now we get the fight that just happens like we're supposed to believe he's going to take on Stone Cold.
Yeah. And during none of this was Stone Cold even remotely close to being in trouble at all.
How are we supposed to think this is possible? He's got some sort of equipment on there. Then he's got like this, what I'm guessing is like a very strong body armor. That's probably metal plates in there. And he just pushes him through this exercise equipment. You couldn't do that if he was naked. Not with all this stuff. He just pushes him right on there like butter. It's amazing.
Yeah, and that would not be sharp at all because it's, in a public
No, it
gym.
should be sharp. I mean, you can see the other one. It's just perfectly round, like it's newish. That's how he's holding a shotgun, an automatic shotgun, which, if you don't know, has a lot more recoil than the rifle.
Yeah. He's barely holding it. Like, his fingertips. It looks like fingertips. He's just resting it in his hand. Like he's just resting it like it's a freshly baked cake or something.
See the barrel? That's how it holds because it holds like 20, I think, shotgun rounds, which is a good amount.
His face is going to change after the first shot.
So, something you probably don't know because it doesn't come up a lot. If you're holding a shotgun, especially, you want your face planted onto it because it'll smack you if you don't. Like, you'd rather it move with you, but if it's a few inches off, it's going to smack you in the face, and your face will be swollen as shit the next day. The fact that he's holding it not even into his shoulder, he would get knocked out by the gun. That would be so incredible if he saw that.
Interesting little fact. That's also how he holds his own cock.
Wow. Over his shoulder? Does he go over his shoulder?
I'm more about the hand placement, but yeah.
Oh my God.
But also shoulder, yes. No, not so much. I did Hard to Kill, and in Hard to Kill, there's a lot of him in tight jeans, and I did a lot of zooming, and he's not swinging that thing over his shoulder. I'll just tell you that much.
But the lady nurse made it seem like there was.
Yeah, please wake up.
Please wake up. My God.
That lady nurse was his wife, mind you.
Well, not then, right? It wasn't after that? Didn't they become married after that?
During the filming.
They were married during that, but he was banging her even when he had 2 other wives going, but that's a whole different story.
She was his second wife.
Third. He had Adriana LaRosso. Yeah, he had Adriana LaRosso. He had Miyako in Japan, and he was married to them both at the same time. And then he started banging Kelly LeBrock while he was still married to the first 2. Then he divorced.
He's doing that all wrong. He's doing that so wrong. Like, why get married to any of them? Like,
yeah, correct.
Kelly LeBrock
doesn't like his own money, I guess. But this scene right here is so insane. It's just one of those plot armor scenes that just drives you nuts. Like this. Oh God. So he's got Seagal there. They think Seagal's outnumbered. They got him dead to rights.
Funny or something funny though?
Well, he tells him this stupid thing first. Because he's holding his gun like a moron, so he's like not threatened at all. He's like, he ain't gonna hit me with that. He's pointing into the ground. He's gonna drop it if he tries to pull the trigger.
All right.
And then if the guy who's pointing a gun at you, the villain's like, "Do you want to hear a joke?" He's like, "Yeah, I do want to hear a joke." It's not even a joke. He's like, "Do you want to hear something funny?" He's like, "Yeah, I do." Like, none of that can look cool. Neither of them can look cool. Asking if he wants to hear a joke. He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
My smiling face. It's the last thing you're gonna see before you hit your grave.
That's not even a joke. Like, okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
But then Seagal, my God, I love this plot armor. I love this.
He's wanders back.
Where you going? What are you gonna do?
He's like leaving. He's like, "What are you gonna do?" He's like gone, he's fucking leaving, bro. Like, you're not doing anything. You're just standing there talking. So yeah, he's trying to leave. I would try the same thing if you're pointing a gun at me. Be like, "Fuck it, I'll try." I'm just gonna walk backwards. He's just like doesn't know what to do. He's like, "I didn't think you're gonna do that."
I'm a head out.
Okay. Yeah. Oh man, it's gotta be early there.
Back up and hope nobody notices.
Jeez. Okay. My God. Like, dude, he's leaving, you moron.
Drop your weapons now! Drop your fucking weapons! Put them down now! You motherfucking drop it!
Everyone's just
He's
yelling
so
at each other.
overacting. Like, they're clearly ripping off The Rock, forgetting what made that awesome. None of what they did is anything awesome like The Rock. Not even close.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, this is true from Adara Chase Roth. Space Ice. Alex said some questionable things about JCVD. I would like an apology. No one speaks ill of the spin-kicking master. I'm on board with that. We never got an apology.
I did not say anything questionable. Just spare truth.
He had a chance. All right.
So what happens now then? If you time him out and then I just go and say something blasphemous about Van Damme,
I will take over. I can do this myself. I can make fun of Seagal by myself. It would not be the first. It will never be the last. He's gonna miss this. This is art. The way Seagal's shooting this shotgun is incredible. Watch how steady he takes it. He's right. He doesn't need to hold it into his shoulder. He can hold it perfectly still because he's so strong. Oh God! Watch that thing bouncing all over the place. It's just going everywhere. He's scared.
That's quality aiming. He's a master shooter, though. Don't forget, it's all the things that have made him a master shooter.
They show that twice, but I guarantee you he was probably scared and probably dropped it after that, so they had to just use the same footage twice, because he looks frightened when he's shooting that, and it's just like, "Oh, I'm going to lose this shit."
Is he on
It
his?
is going everywhere.
Is he crouched down, or is he? He's crouched, right? His knees are probably buckling. That's why.
It's
His belly
another
is on
weird
his
one.
knees right now.
I didn't know if I should include it or not. It looks like he trips, like when he's walking backwards. It almost looks like he falls. I can't tell if that's intentional or not. Like,
Definitely.
did he just trip and like, fuck it, we'll just use it. All right.
Yeah, definitely.
But then he's just here. So I don't know. He goes from, oh no, I'm falling, to he's behind this shooting like an idiot, and they all show up.
I feel like
And this guy, it's like it's contagious. He like, that's how he shoots. Like when he pulls the trigger, he's like pushes it forward, like that adds speed to it.
It's
Watch,
not
he
even.
like shoves it
It's
forward.
not
He doesn't
even
aim,
up.
he shoves it forward.
Yes, he shoots in the floor. The floor.
He's shooting something, but it's not what he's aiming at, because he's not aiming at anything. And this is the guy I told you about, the martial artist guy. Again, I don't know what the other people on his team are doing, but he sneaks up behind him and just shoots everyone's ass. Like, the last one took a while, so there's nobody for anyone else to really be fighting.
You should also never really bring spin kicks to a gunfight. That's all I'm saying.
Spin kicks. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, you were doing so good, bro. You were doing so good. How dare you talk bad about spin kicks? Anyway, all right. So here's Seagal doing his shooting like an idiot. I forgot what he does here. We'll see it. Oh, his move where he pulls the trigger before he aims. He's pulling it up, he shoots, then he aims, and then he shoots. He does that so many times. Like, he pulls the gun up and he just wants to get the bullets out because he's so scared. He's just so frightened of it. Man, you guys, see, oh man, he left. He got butt hurt, but he deserved it. Oh, well, okay, he's far away though, because there's quite a lot of echo. All right, so anyways, yeah, he's aiming before he's looking at what he's doing. That's a Seagal move. Oh, she's dead.
Oh shit.
She's dead.
Goddamn, which one of you motherfuckers killed my future ex-wife?
And it was the chick, so he kills the chick. He kills the Asian chick because that's the one that killed her. Like, damn, like, it's wild. Yeah, so...
Yeah, no, I was hoping for
69
a long
Jonesy Rugby called it. Dude was in the bathroom dropping a deuce while he's streaming. This is not good.
He wasn't really. He went out
That's
to
wild.
I went out to go and have a quick puff of a joint because I thought
Sure you did. Sure you did, bro. We heard that plop. We heard the plop sound. It's too late. Anyways, we get this, which
looks like Elon Musk.
This is something else where somebody thought it sounded cool, but nobody really thought about it.
Story about the scorpion and the frog. Yeah. Well, that's me. I'm the fucking bad guy.
Okay, if you guys know the scorpion and the frog story, that doesn't really make sense.
Does not.
Because they both die. It ends up killing them both. So unless Seagal dies here, it doesn't really make any sense. But okay, Seagal, and the way he says I'm the bad guy, it just Seagal wrote his line first.
So he is Scorpion on the frog.
He never says good guy. He says I'm the good guy, which we all know is bullshit. But I'm pretty sure Seagal said that line first, and a reason to say it. And I love how he almost blows her up. He almost blows up the lady. That is so great.
Yeah,
it's like,
I know.
She was coming down there as he was going up, and she almost got hit by the explosion.
The movie would have been a lot better if she actually just got eviscerated as well. Just to throw it in there for the sake of it, it would have made the movie better.
I'd have been fine with it. She's not a great character. She has really no backstory. It's that Neil Breen's general vague. I work for a government to do shady things, and now I'm here. That's it.
But she does have
cardboard character.
And she does have a chip under her titty, so she's crucial to the story.
Yeah.
And
it's unclear. Like, okay, the other thing is, so Seagal supposedly has that money. So
yeah,
there was money in the chip in her.
I get some
The guy
money.
took it out of the chip, but what Seagal did was he blew up the guy who had that. So Seagal shouldn't have it because it exploded. But we just forget about that. Who cares that the guy who had it exploded? Seagal has it now. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
And since I never knew this was a thing, but when some bad guy has money and steals it, it's finders keepers after that. Apparently, you just get to keep it and split it up with your mates. I didn't know that was the official protocol.
So what it
what
is,
he
they kinda make
always
it
do.
a little
What he
better.
always
So
does.
it's off the books, black money that came from who knows, probably illegal stuff from the CIA. So there's nobody to give it to. I mean, you could give it to the CIA, but It's like supposedly shady stuff that they shouldn't be doing anyways. So they're kind of like they're the bad guy. So there is no good guy. So Seagal keeps it. That's where they're going with it.
Well, luckily, he does do the altruistic thing of donating half to some charity somewhere because, Steven Seagal is Steven Seagal. So.
Yeah, Seagal would never do that. Yeah, of course he does.
He'll build an orphanage for 16 to 21-year-old girls, I imagine. That's probably what he'd do.
Yeah. Adult girls.
You know that place,
Oh, this is like, I don't know why they do this. It's almost laughable.
don't you?
Where we used to do the mission debriefs. The hell are you cooking up now?
I've got another operation for us.
They set up a sequel. Like, this shit's getting a sequel. Yeah, guys.
Franchise.
Wait, when are we going to start on Maximum Conviction 2? Oh, I can't wait. We got to, because we set it up, because there's so many people are going to watch it. They should have said in like 10 years, Space Ice is just going to make fun of this over and over again, and you'll get way more views then than you ever got before.
Then your actual movie ever did. Yeah.
They're going to get like double-digit views now. Be like, whoa, where's the surge of Seagal views coming from? Oh my god!
Well, I can only
views on this day.
I can only imagine the reason why I haven't been shut down by Seagal is one, I'm a small channel, but also B, I'm keeping him relevant, and then to a larger extent, you're definitely keeping him relevant with your movie reviews. So, yeah, we're introducing him to a new generation.
I have a theory about that. I'll get to that right after this. I have a theory.
Okay.
If you like to fly, baby, it's time to go.
Yeah, of course they're together, I guess. Okay. Even he's like, what the fuck? They're together? What do you mean they're together?
Well,
This is stupid. Why are they together?
It's in the contract. In
It's
real
in the
life.
contract. I'm like, shit, is that in his contract? That's what he's asking right now.
Yeah, he gets to really take her home. That's part of the deal of signing up to a Seagal movie. They got to go home with him afterwards.
God damn, it sounds so scary.
What's your theory now? What is this theory? I'm curious.
So I have my theory. And it ties a lot of things together. Why he can't come after my channel, or really any channels that makes fun of him, which any channel that talks about him is making fun of him, let's be honest. There aren't any love channels for Seagal. So when he makes these movies, he gets a flat rate. And he doesn't own any rights to these movies. He gets a flat rate, and they probably get some sort of like funding. Like, okay, if you have a star in the movie or something, a big name, we'll give you the funding. And he says, I will just take a flat rate. That's why he leaves early. Like, he always leaves early and gets sued for it. He'll just leave early on movies. And the fact that he doesn't give a shit how terrible they are means he's not making like a percentage of the profits, and he can't have any ownership, or he would care how bad he makes these and how terrible he gets.
He would not.
The reviews he gets, just
He's
how
too lazy
how nobody watches them. It only makes sense if he gets a flat rate and owns nothing. So he doesn't own the rights to any of his movies. So that's we can say whatever. He can't copyright us because he doesn't own copyright for anything.
What money are you talking about? They spend $8 million on that. How much do they get?
So there's two things going on there. He gets paid a flat rate to launder this money.
Yeah.
100%. I guarantee you he
This
gets
is
flat rates.
Yes, this is what he gets.
And he owns nothing. He doesn't own any of it. Because these are the things that if they were to make money, it's over a long time. Like, it's over a bunch of rentals and now streaming.
A couple of centuries.
That's how a lot of movies were. Like, even like the ones that would flop at the theater, like they would get like VHS sales back when they were on tape, and then DVDs and rentals. They would eventually become profitable just over time, just because it exists for long enough. Eventually, it'll become profitable. Well, these just kind of start as like as a flop, and hope like there's old people. I'm guessing they're mostly older men who probably all are similar types. They probably look a lot like Sensei Seagal here, and just think Seagal's badass and love everything he does.
Well, again,
buy
money
everything he's
laundering.
in.
Like you said, money laundering. Say a movie costs $12 million to make, that cost $100,000. Claim that on your taxes and whatever else against your company. Blah blah blah. Off you go to the races.
Yeah, that's the other part of it. Yeah, but I guarantee you he doesn't own anything. Like, he has no ownership of anything, and is
They
happy.
are
Like, he doesn't
all
want to
flops.
that.
He owns a lot of swords and guitars. I'll give him that.
He owns a lot of 1911. Those are the style handgun that he has in every movie. He will not use anything else.
Okay.
So I'm not really going to do questions because they were more for Redeye. I had like questions for Redeye, so it'd be kind of silly to do one after he had to leave.
Let's hope he's all right. And kind of abruptly just exited.
This is kind of a longer one. Usually around 7, these usually end. So this went a bit longer. I was worried if we had 4 people, it might take longer, and it did. But it was also a really shitty movie, so there's a lot more to talk about.
It was a pretty shitty movie. At first, it looked like more professionally made, but it turned out to be so boring. They mostly just went around pointing guns at each other, or at empty walls, actually, not even at each other.
They had Seagal and Steve Austin. Like, okay, we got 2 action guys. I actually haven't seen
give them
Seagal,
more sense.
Steve Austin movies. I haven't seen any of them. I should. He's got one called Stone Cold. Is that him or is that Brian Bosworth? Oh man, I'm trying to. So many.
He was in Expendables.
Oh, he was in Expendables, but no, he had some B movies, some B action movies he was in. He has multiple.
Yeah, that's true. He's been in a few shitty ones.
Did you guys enjoy this movie at all?
At first,
when I watch movies with Seagal, I spend 99% of my time watching what he does and everything about him, and the plot gets about maybe 1% of my attention and whatever else is going on. I'm more interested in what the big man's doing and what he's saying.
So you think way more about his plot than he does by like tenfold?
Definitely. Well, I mean, so does the 2-year-old kid, though. But yeah.
Andy Bones is pretty sure that Steve Austin and Steven Seagal have great chemistry. It's the Steven thing, yeah. Just everyone named Steve, they just get along. Nailed it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was all right. I like his more later era where he's a bit more lazy and mumbles a lot more. That's a bit more fun. But I like every era Seagal. I've cut him into 3 eras really. You got the early days, you got the Widow's Peak, True Justice era, then you got the Seated Sloth era, which is like late 2010s.
There are much more.
This was 2016, I believe.
Eras of him.
Sorry.
I got much more eras of him. So it is early, then it is late 90s, then it is first half of 2000s, maybe up to 2008. They differ.
2012, I was thinking Sniper. Yeah, this is not 2016.
This is 2012. Yeah, 2012.
Yeah, there's a lot of things he does. Like I said, how he's like a little kid. He gets super into something for a little bit, and then you never hear about it. Like he was super into Buddhism for a while. All his movies had Buddhism stuff about him, and then it just stopped. He was super about the environment for a while. That was the huge theme in all his movies, like On Deadly Ground. Then he worked for the EPA, is on the Fire Down Below. Oh, geez. Like he had this whole thing with the environment.
I mostly divide eras by these points, actually. Yeah.
And The Patriot was kind of a little bit of that.
His Thailand saga, when he was.
I read that on Deadly Ground, he insulted everybody quite badly, the native people, by getting everything wrong. You remember that naked dancing, the chicks dancing, doing their little tribal thing? That was not how they do it at all. He just took 2 different rituals and put them together and made them topless.
At no point did I think that was how anybody did anything.
Me neither.
I never thought that was supposed to be accurate.
Apparently, like, he really just pissed everyone off. He was trying to make an environmental film, and they all thought he was a douchebag. That's
on them. If they thought this was supposed to be accurate, no point have I seen anything in that movie that I think, oh, this is an accurate representation of anything, except for Michael Caine not wanting to be there. That was very accurate. Nothing else is accurate on Deadly Ground.
My camera just cocked it for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay, well, you're smiling. You're a happy guy. So Sensei Seagal is just such a happy man.
Not a bad freeze.
I wish I could just keep it there, just like grow it and just have that be the screen.
Is it frozen? Is it?
Yeah, man. It's okay though. It's a good shot of you. It's a good shot.
Yeah.
Am I looking sexy?
No, of course not.
Almost.
Am I looking
ready
Seagal
for my
right?
wall?
You're looking very Seagal. You're looking better than Seagal.
That's all I want to know, baby. That's all I want to know.
Okay.
It says my camera's.
All right. Well, I think we did a lot on this one. This was one of the longest, almost 3 hours. Damn.
Nice.
It was worth it.
All right. Well,
thank you guys for showing up, and thank you, chat. You guys are pretty solid as usual. I think I have one of the better chats. Usually the chat's half as funny as half the funny and half as funny. You're not as funny as me, guys. Don't give yourself too much credit. But yeah, chat's usually pretty good. You guys were great. Except for Alex having his little issues.
I'm working.
Actually, just for that, you know what? He doesn't get to be on the outro. He doesn't get to be here for that because he was saying things about Van Damme that I just cannot approve of. So,
that's fine.
Just so you know, Alex left because he's having massive diarrhea and couldn't make it to the bathroom. So I can still see his camera. He's cleaning up. It is terrible. Trust me, I saved you guys from that. Now he's crying. And it's just pathetic.
It's all over the wall, all over his hand.
Yeah, God. Okay. All right. Well, thank you guys for showing up. I'll let you know that's going to be next Wednesday, as always. You guys have a wonderful evening.
See y'all. Take it easy.